everybody, to another week of F Buddies with Mike and Andy. Mike, Wendt, and Andy Ferg, and of course we have the food show you deserve. Andy, how you doing today?
Well, Mike, I've come down with a bad case of what I've determined to be the stripper flu.
The stripper flu.
Apparently, when you hit up the local strip club establishments back-to-back evenings,
Yes.
the following Sunday you will come down with a flu. I think it's glitter in my lung, possibly that weird perfume they use, herpes, syphilis, and maybe some gonorrhea, all in my throat, in the air.
Fantastic.
And I have this raspy, cold voice. I feel all right.
Yeah.
Little chest congestion, little headache. Like I'd call it a cold. 2 years ago, I'd think I was dying with COVID, but that's not real anymore.
Could it be something along the lines of it's residual hangover from the weekend mixed with the fact that we were loud talking and borderline, we were yelling almost all weekend for 2 days straight?
I would say that, but Harambe himself, who did not spend as much time with us as we did, has the same thing. And he has an ear infection to go with it. So I think I've actually got some sort of illness.
Oh, baby boy has an ear infection.
He fought through it at work today, but yes, he is definitely not feeling his best.
Jesus Christ.
So I had to suffer through work yesterday and today with this stripper flu.
And I was worried about fucking, staying in a hotel and flying and all that shit, because usually that sort of stuff gives me a little bit of a head cold or something, but I came out. I'm fine.
You have monkeypox.
I feel fine.
You have monkeypox.
Oh, is that it? It's symptomless.
Yes.
Symptomless. All right. So before we get to the opening topic, which I'm actually going to take off your hands today, I got to thank our sponsors, Patty Kelly's, 154 Washington Street in Peabody, at Patty Kelly's on Instagram. They do karaoke Monday and Wednesday nights, brunch on the weekends, Friday through Sunday, noon to 3, open daily till 1 in the morning. And of course, Gary Girolamo Group of Cross Country Mortgage, Channel Maca Brewing Kid, Ben Franklin Print Company, and Jamie's Roast Beef, who you'll hear more about later in the show. Okay, so we had ourselves a weekend, which is going to take up the majority of the show. Hilariously, you'd think that would be enough for you to come and hop, but you also had a Monday or Tuesday, is it? It's Tuesday. You had a fucking Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
But
Tuesday.
I need to speak on something. So I'm flying to Boston on Thursday, I believe it was. Thursday, yeah, because
Thursday.
Next day was Friday, and
sure was.
As I'm flying for some in-flight entertainment, I saw it. Literally, I was just scrolling Facebook, and I see Mo posted his podcast, Mo Beer and Cold Takes. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give them a listen for half my flight, since it was a long episode, and I'm getting to a certain point, probably towards the end of the episode. And they were doing this this version of Marry, Fuck, Kill, which we've done on the show multiple times because, all the best ideas come from F-Buddies. And
or Howard Stern.
It's true. But you know what? I'm taking credit for it. He's had enough credit.
All right.
And
all right.
But this one was go into business with someone, ignore completely, or kick in the balls.
Oh, all right.
Which I thought, okay, that's an interesting topic. Until it got to number 2. And one of the voices on this podcast, it wasn't Jessica, because it's the only discernible voice I can tell on the show, doesn't sound like a raspy alcoholic, says, I'm going to ignore Mike Wendt.
Well, why would you be ignored?
Really?
Were you one of the options?
Really?
Who's the third choice?
The thing. They didn't do the game right, first of all. I'm going to backpedal before I rebuttal. They didn't do the fucking game right, first of all. There was no options. And each person didn't do all 3.
They get confused with games.
It was like picking random names out of a fucking hat and then going on to the next thing.
So anybody
they never even did the kick in the balls thing, I'm guessing, because when you name check a fucking superstar like me, it ends the fucking show, which I'm pretty sure that was the next thing. I think Mo just pulled the plug on the whole fucking show at that point. He's like, please, because they knew the fucking bombs were coming. But So I'm guessing Jessica's was going to be kicking the balls, and they just never got to it, or I was so like plotting at that point, I missed all of it.
Perhaps,
but they didn't play the game right. Like
no, they don't.
When
they
we
don't play
do
games,
it,
right?
you're supposed to give 3 names or 3 different people, and you choose which one goes in which category. Not
like for example,
not the 3 hosts get one topic and then pick a fucking random person off Facebook.
if you go like want to go fuck, marry, kill their podcast, you go like Mo, Al, and Matt Mondello.
Yeah, that you could. Do that.
You pick those.
Yeah,
yeah, that's a fuck, marry, kill. It's a solid one.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably gonna fuck Matt. I'm not gonna fuck Matt. He's a thinnest.
It's probably a smart move.
And Al and Mo, I'd marry either one of them. I like them both, but Al's more fun. So we never know. It's fine.
I think Al would be a good time. But
sorry, Mo.
But yeah, so all of a sudden I'm hearing myself, and he's saying he doesn't like me. Doesn't like me because I have a little bit of fun with their group.
Was it Al?
I don't know. It wasn't Jessica. That's all I fucking know.
Okay, no, not Jessica.
It wasn't Jessica. That's all I fucking know. Because as we talked about last week, I couldn't decipher the voices, and they don't say.
You never can. You don't know them well enough. I do, but I'll tell you who it was if I get to that point.
Exactly.
I had a very busy week last week.
I know it wasn't Mo.
Okay, yeah, okay. Narrow it down
because I met him on Saturday, and
okay, so it wasn't him.
He made it very clear it wasn't him. Please go easy on us. No,
and Al wasn't talking to anybody on Saturday. Could have been Al.
Al fucking.
He doesn't talk.
Al was my boy all Saturday.
But also, Al didn't do a whole lot of talking. Did a lot of dancing.
Did a hell of a lot of dancing. Guy was a fucking
probably
machine.
the only guy dancing there, but it was the best dancing I've seen.
It was the greatest goddamn thing.
I saw Matt on Friday. He didn't mention it at the golf tournament.
Okay. Yeah, didn't mention it. Didn't mention it.
So ignore completely.
Ignore completely. You can't ignore me, motherfuckers.
But also, like you in a sea of people, you made yourself visible, unignorable.
Yeah, unignorable.
Yeah, your dumb hair, your sunglasses, you're fucking 12 feet tall. You're not ignorable.
I live my gimmick, brother.
Yes, you are rock and roll, baby.
Oh my god! But yeah, it was such, and the reason was funny. It was like because I have a little bit of fun with the group because
was it Matt Ricci?
Because I post fucking silly beers in the group that aren't. I'm sorry. They use the term macro brews.
Oh, macro brews.
Now, as a non-cunt, what's a macro brew, Andy?
Oh, I will tell you what a macro brew is, and I'm also not a cunt, but I know what it means. There are micro brews and macro brews. Mm-hmm. Micro brews brew in small batches.
Yes. Macro brews are Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. They brew in large batches. Oh, so this beer is from Hopothecary in North Reading. Aha.
It's a micro brew.
Okay, so craft beer is what you're saying.
No, just micro. What's craft? Give me a fucking. I mean, you could make a fucking Pilsner or a lager that tastes like Bud Light, but you made 2 barrels, not 4,000 barrels, and you make less of it.
So it's making less beer.
It's less beer. You charge more for it, and you put a cool label on it. It's a micro brew.
Okay. So because I don't post that's reason.
Here's what I wonder though.
Come after me.
Here's what I wonder though, because on that topic, is Sam Adams a micro brew?
Isn't it like the original microbrew?
They were, but they brew at a macro level nowadays.
But do they brew everything at a macro level? Because
they're heavy hitters.
Would you count seasonal as micro?
No, because they brew enough Oktoberfest to kill the world for 2 months.
Fair enough. But cold
Sam Adams summers everywhere. So they're a craft macro operation. They're still considered craft because they're still brewing the same beer they brewed when they were small.
Okay. All right.
They just brew more of it now.
So they're
craft
they're
micro.
Macro craft.
No, they're craft macro. But then you get someone who brews a shitty lager, but a small batch is that fucking micro fucking mac? I don't know. Was it Nastasia? Was it Nastasia? She was on the show recently.
No, because I met her as well.
She was there. How about her boyfriend, Steven? He was there.
Very, very nice people. Very lovely people.
We will get to the bottom of this, Mike. I will find out.
Well, the funny thing was I was thinking on the plane while I'm listening to my name be taken in vain.
Sure.
And it dawned on me. It was like, really, is this where my career has gone? You know, it's like we started this thing and obviously the goal of this every week is to get the most amount of attention on each episode, and one of those ploys was, okay, let's start a radio war with one of the big shots. You're more friendly with Greg Hill and his crew, so
Sure.
okay, let's take a shot at one of the number one shows in the fucking state. Like they're syndicated. Let's go after Toucher and Rich. They've been number one forever. Let's go
national.
Let's go after Toucher and Rich. Why not? No, we end up with fucking Mo Beer and Cold Takes. What the fuck have we done wrong in life?
Are we punching down?
We are punching
I hate
down.
punching down. I hate punching down.
We're fucking bitch slapping mud at this point.
The irony of this, though, like we should get to the bottom of this.
The horse is beaten. He's been taken to the fucking well and beaten to death and thrown down it, and we're still calling him a cunt.
So you're saying we need to get to the bottom of this, and we're punching down.
Oh my God, we're punching
So
down.
maybe if we were to look down,
we
would see who was the culprit.
Well, I'm always looking down on people.
We'd have to look down quite a bit.
If
you're nearsighted, you might not see this person.
What's that?
If you're nearsighted, you may not see this person. They're so far down.
So far down.
That's my guess. I can't think of his name right now, but there is a diminutive fella that does that podcast. That is someone you might be talking. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
A wee fella.
Yeah, he represents the Lollipop Guild. Maybe.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of, fucking someone the other day was telling me they didn't like me, but they like my group, and I said, you can't be in Oz and hate the fucking wizard, my man. Punch in or leave.
Also, thanks for telling you. Like what the fuck? Who gives a fuck?
I don't like you. Well, fuck off. Who does?
Here's the thing, buddy.
I'll tell you who does. The fucking charities who benefit from my bullshit.
Here's the thing, buddy. Your opinion doesn't matter. You're not special. You're not special. But just to close out, I guess I am special because I'm occupying free rent in his fucking head. So
yeah, he definitely feels he's a bad landlord.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well,
he's doing a poor job of being a landlord because he's giving you free rent in his head.
I'm still taking credit for them moving their fucking podcast off Tuesdays. They don't want none of this.
He's like the landlord of Jeffrey Dahmer's
I've been
building.
itching for a fucking radio war, pal.
He's like Jeffrey Dahmer's landlord. He's a very bad landlord. He's not African.
He gives the kids back to him.
Yes. That's the police, but that's
but still.
Spoiler alert.
Still. Oh, yeah, spoiler alert on
So
what, a fucking 20, 30-odd year crime?
Yeah. Guess what, guys? He ate people.
Guess what? Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a
All right,
good
Mike,
fucking serial killer. Or a terrible fucking serial killer.
Top 5 ever.
As shit.
But that's next week. I got to finish it. One more
I
episode.
finish it too.
One more episode.
All right.
I'm up to. I finished 9, but 10's coming, and my wife is so sick of. Not that she doesn't like the show, but it's a little slow, and she knows the story so well because she's one of those people that knows serial killer shit, knows gruesome shit. She's like, I just need it to finish. I know. I want to see how it ends. And every episode's like, is this over? I'm like, no, we got one more. Sorry.
They do tend to drag on certain episodes, though.
Yes, I mean, it's interesting as fuck, and the kid who's playing him is awesome. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it someday.
We have other
We'll get to next
pressing
week.
issues.
Next week.
I guess
our food topic next week is cannibalism, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Food topic next week: Soylent Green.
Cannibalism.
It's people.
Cannibalism. It's delicious. Right cuts, sautéed properly, salt and pepper. You too could eat people.
All right, so I look forward to listening to next week's Mo Beer and Cold Takes on, I don't know, whatever day they're not doing it.
They're doing it, just not. You know he's got me going on it soon, and he wrote me in to do it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I go, that's the 25th of Tuesday, my man.
Bills to pay, brother.
He goes, I met Monday. I said, yeah, you better meet Monday. I'll drive to your house on Monday. I'll sit in your fucking tiki bar or your basement and bring my wife, and we'll talk.
Yeah.
But not doing it. No.
No.
All right. But the matter at hand, Mike,
Yes.
We've done too much jibber-jabbing.
The jib jab.
We got to talk about the golf tournament.
Yes. All right.
Day one of the
let's
craziest
get into
weekend
the
of
fucking
all
weekend,
time.
man. First of all, goddamn you golfers start fucking early.
It was 9 a.m.
And I showed up late.
It was 9 a.m. It wasn't 7 a.m. I purposely started at 9 a.m. Because people like you don't want to get up early.
No.
And I wouldn't make them. I was there at 7:06, and I was late according to me. No breakfast. Running around like a fucking... So here's the illusion of that golf tournament. It looks really well run. It is not. I am a last-minute planner. I'm a procrastinator. I was out grabbing raffle prizes from Cappies at 6 o'clock on Thursday.
I feel like this is going to be just a throwaway before we get too deep. Janie, I'm going with during that whole rant. I guess commented. I feel like either of yous would be kind of a good boss to make for. Am I right? The fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I would be making for her all I wanted.
Oh yeah.
In other words, I mean, I don't know her. I think it feels like Janie means we're her superior, and she wants to get made by us.
Get made by what the fuck are you talking about, Janie?
Sex, Mike, sex.
I don't know.
I feel like she wants the baloney pony. That's just my opinion. I'm not doing it though. You can.
I don't know.
I'm married.
I think Janie just slipped in by accident. Janie, I don't know about.
No, I recognize Janie.
Oh,
Janie's
really?
name. She's around.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
She's around.
Good
she doesn't make a ton of doesn't make a ton of sense. That's for sure.
Right. Back to the arts.
So here I am Thursday evening at Cappy's, shaking them down for a Weber grill and a cooler. Mm-hmm. Loading my truck up so tight it was ridiculous. I couldn't fit another thing.
It's really fucking nice.
I was buying golf balls. Oh, it was great stuff. Yeah. So that's the thing is I'm not great at planning. No. I planned the golf tournament 2 months before, months before. I said, this is the date. I booked the golf course. I booked the room afterwards. I booked the catering. I told the Beefy Boys, easy, just texts.
Yeah,
you show up. But the rest of the shit was fly by the fucking seat of my pants. Right. I had no idea where I was going to put people. I had that fucking lunatic Festa who I had to find a place to hide because he's so loud. Mm-hmm. The girls were last minute. You know what it was? I was going to have a larger crew involved in
planning
this.
and arrival.
Yes, they came late.
I felt good about myself when they fucking showed up.
They drove by me. I was on the 10th fairway. I was walking up to the green, and one of them yelled, "Swing better, 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 swing."
Love it.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Girls in sports, man. Girls in sports.
You're going to fit right in. So, I planned on having a bigger crew in that hole. I wanted Festa. I wanted the girls. I also wanted Harmon from Be a Man and his brother Carlo.
Sure.
They kind of backed out last minute, and I was like, I'm going to scrap the whole plan.
Right. Then
the girls hit me up asking if we still needed them. Like, well, yeah, I do want this to be a thing. Yeah. And I'm like, Festa, the night before.
Yeah.
I texted him a gif of fucking Thornton Mellon from back to school, and I said, Festa, we need you.
Yeah.
And he took the morning off, the day off from his job barbering. He's a hair cutter, barbers, to show up wearing a fucking karate bandana, Hawaiian shirt, and with a bag full of insults.
Here's the thing. Oh, those weren't insults in the bag. First of all, that Hawaiian shirt wasn't a Hawaiian shirt. That was a fucking beautiful shirt that depicted the entire Hogan Warrior match from WrestleMania 6. It was a work of fucking art.
Eclectic character.
It was a work of art that many Chinese children died to make.
That's right. Died not in vain. They're inspirational.
No, inspirational. It was wonderful.
So, the first. So also I had Todd Angeli booked.
Yep.
But not really. I didn't respond to the fucking email until Thursday night.
Yeah.
He told me what it's going to take to get him there, which wasn't much.
Okay.
A little something for the effort. The guy's not.
I just want to wet my beak a little bit.
Yeah, nothing. Trust me, he was well worth it. Bargain, Todd Angeli. But he's not going to drive there, get his outfit on, and fucking sing to a bunch of cucks for free. And I wouldn't expect him to. I had no trouble giving Todd a little taste.
Sure.
Because that's an experience. Todd's he's a celebrity around here.
Sure.
He's almost as big as Dan Bob. Almost getting there. So, that was actually one of the cooler moments when he made fun of me for my sound system. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Yeah. Who knew Todd had jokes?
Well,
he's a nice guy.
Here's the thing. It's kind of his profession. He's
a bartender.
Yeah, well, come on. Yeah.
Listen, he's not Renee Rancourt at this point, making thousands of dollars a week to go to weddings and fucking get drunk.
You can always dream. He's only been doing it for a few years now.
Yes, he'll get there. Yeah. I have faith in Todd. So he's saying the anthem.
Not
acapella,
we'll call it, but whatever.
Yeah, that's he's locked in. He's got a vowel for his last name. Yeah. And that you cannot say no to the Pinky Ring fucking comedy crew, otherwise you might get whacked. Hey, listen, you might not. You're gonna swim with the fishes there, Angeli, huh? Yeah. We're gonna melt down the ice and drown you in that fucking lake. Cement shoes, we'll fucking drown you and then filling it back in with water. They'll never find you. Fucking idiots. Yeah, so Todd was a really cool thing. I enjoyed that.
For me, and Todd was actually the first person I met because I ran into you, and then he was standing right there. The coolest part about the weekend for me, not only the golf tournament, but also the Beef and Beer Fest, was just finally meeting all these fucking people I've
You never met Todd before?
not in person, no.
I know you guys interact online.
And
like
we had him
all
on the
do.
radio show when I used to do it with Scott, and so it was that sort of thing, and we interacted online. But it was like, no, basically all these people only came into my life, for lack of a better term, during COVID, and most of it through you.
Yeah, you're lucky. You get to meet the mutants.
I mean, yeah, some of it.
And I brought some mutants.
Oh, just to double back on my opening take about the other podcast, every single person from that group loves what I do. So you're the problem. Moving on.
In other words, the person we don't talk about, the name we don't speak.
I mean, I don't know. Name yourself.
I don't know his name.
The top of the show, we say it. Mike Wendt, Andy Ferg.
He's ignoring us. He's ignoring you.
Apparently.
So how can we not ignore him? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
I heard I was going to be put in business with somebody, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah,
in business.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman, Mike. You know me. I was asked yesterday by a
I'm appreciating
more. I was asked yesterday by a far more famous person than me.
Yeah.
By a fucking country mile. Somebody you can hear on the radio daily.
Mm-hmm.
Way more followers. If I did this for a living, and I said, "Fuck no." I do this as part of a living. It's a hobby that pays me.
It definitely covers a thing or two with a thing or two.
Yes, but no, I have a job, young man.
A person, God damn it.
Nick, I have a job, a family, a house, 2 of them actually, a dog, responsibilities. No, I cannot be selling beef T-shirts and drinking beer for money.
I mean,
and calling it a career.
Here's the thing: you could if you applied yourself.
I'm getting there. We're trying inches.
The
inches,
worst
not
day
miles,
in
my
the
man.
world is when you actually are going to have to hire somebody.
I'm so far past that point. I'm just making my wife do it.
I watched you do it all fucking Saturday. I'm like, oh my God, he needs at least one person who's working for him, who has to do this.
Yeah, you were actually Johnny the spot when it came to stuff Saturday. You were fucking bringing me stuff. I'm like, thank you, Mike. Jesus.
Well, every other fucking line was long as shit. I'm like, I might as well help out. Plus, you're carting my ass around and hanging on to all my clothes. You basically have my laundry in the backseat.
Still do. I'll bring it to you someday.
Yeah.
My back of my truck is a nightmare. Yeah. So I mean,
so golf tournament. Yeah.
Golf tournament. So Todd Angeli was great. He did the national anthem, and to watch 140 cucks take their hat off and actually show respect for something, which they respect nothing. This group of people,
except America. It was cool. God damn it.
Yeah, they respected it. They were all behaving. It was funny though. We didn't know. I don't know when to cheer. And Todd was doing his thing, doing it well, and he kept like doing the whole like it's time to cheer now. Because it was like the crescendo.
He was doing those dramatic pauses at the end, like, "Hey, dummies, take your face out of the bag and fucking cheer."
Yeah, stop doing mushrooms and pay attention. Stop eating salad, you psychos.
Eating the salad and cheer.
The amount of narcotics consumed.
God.
At that tournament, I was just doing the beer.
Like I said,
and the drinks.
Was morning.
The tournament consisted of boom boxes on every cart.
Some of these people hadn't been to bed since fucking Tuesday.
I could name at least a couple of them that had not slept that night.
Yeah.
One of my best friends kept the party going.
Sure, as you do.
Yeah. So I was just witnessing this level of debauchery that I have never seen before. The noise, like it's usually a golf tournament, it's this respectful, quiet event.
Right.
No, gangster rap, white people, narcotics, booze.
We got to step through this moderately slowly, because one of the things that was very noticeable was this. First of all, you said 140. What was the actual total of people that were there?
If you count in the volunteers,
sure.
About 150, but 140 was the golfers.
Because even the volunteers were fucking drinking and taking over the course.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So Craig were definitely not.
So about 150.
Yeah.
Okay. So about 150. Just watching the parade of 150 fucking white men bumping goddamn gangster rap out of golf carts is fucking hilarious to watch.
Well, see, you got to see it all. I was playing. I played.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see the group in front of me, the group behind me, and occasionally you and Craig.
Yeah. So
that was it.
So I had the vantage point of myself and Craig were riding around filming and commentating. I don't know, heckling basically.
Yeah, that was your job.
We waited. We took about 15 minutes to ring a bell in about 5 people's backswing because there was a bell with our sticker on it.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? But yeah, it was bizarre. It was a bizarre fucking day because there was just so many instances where you're driving around like, we shouldn't be here. These people are allowing this.
Like
They said yes to this. Even for money, they still said yes to this.
I did give the guy a check for $10,000 that day. So
still though,
golf ain't cheap.
No.
I play in multiple, I'd say 4 or 5 tournaments like this a year. I say like this, but they're none of them are like this.
I can't imagine they're like this.
But the setup's the exact same.
When you say like
36
teams, shotgun, scramble,
yes,
golf.
Exactly.
But not, okay, so for example, we were at the hole with the girls in Festa, which upon arrival was moderately hilarious because it was a gorgeous day, first of all. It was mid to high 70s all day in the fucking sun. And we turn a corner and come down. First of all, it was hard to find them. We weren't.
That was on purpose, Mike.
Well, also, Craig and I weren't awesome with directions. We passed by that blue tarp with the elephant underneath it for about 15 times.
I said, where can I hide this fucking lunatic?
All right. And that's what it felt like because they were on the only hole with shade. It was the darkest fucking hole that we couldn't find all day.
I didn't think about comfort. I thought about hiding Festa in the woods.
I'm aware.
So when he yelled, you assist his ass.
Well, it wasn't him. Well, it was him, but we're there with him, and all of a sudden, him and Harambe are fucking there looking like 2 long-lost brothers that are about to fuck. The girls are just doing their thing, trying not to be sexually assaulted by half the fucking people, and wearing glitter.
Over the cleavage.
First of all, they might have showed up late, but they fucking showed up. They showed
up and showed out.
Fuck up. And then we're sitting there and we're filming. Definitely shot of the day was fucking Harambe fucking driving it into the fucking rocks. Hilarious.
He's not much of a golfer.
Well, no, but he definitely will make the fucking highlight reel.
He'll make a lot of reels.
He'll
make a lot of highlights.
This is all going on. And then off in the distance, over the trees, beyond the sun, you can hear echoes. Your sister's ass! And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Those are moments where I'm like, how are they allowing this to go on?
I didn't drive by another foursome at any point in that day and not hurl out an aggressive insult. Even if I didn't know them,
sure.
They were getting something from me. Just to go fuck yourself.
Oh, and I get that. And it was the same coming from literally all 150 people. There wasn't a person there that wasn't hurling insults at somebody else. Actually, there was a couple teams that were trying to take it a little bit serious. One of them, Craig, fucking embarrassed like a son of a bitch. Holy shit. They were they're all putting, and it's all fucking pulling left. And I'm sitting there. I got the little GoPro in my hand, and I'm like, why don't you hit it right? And the guy tries to do his own thing, and it pulls left again. And Craig goes, let me try. Hits it fucking right, sinks the motherfucker, and just drops the club and walks. Like, God.
Peace out. Fuck you. It's a moment, though. You need those moments. That's one of those. That's why you and Craig, I mean, you were there for fodder and fun. Craig's cameras were there for those moments.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We needed Craig there with his fucking drone. He had a fucking drone.
He had a drone, and the last couple putts of the day, it was basically like they're putting with a fucking spaceship in front of them because he was taunting them with the drone. It's literally in their face, buzzing, just, and they're sitting there trying to actually fucking putt, and he's just, and the shots looked fucking great.
I'm sure.
I can only imagine what it's like to have a fucking drone in your eyeball. Never mind having me and Craig literally standing inches away from your ankles while you're trying to putt and talking massive amounts of shit the whole entire fucking time.
Also, Craig's aggressive with that camera. He puts it in your face.
Well, that was part of our fucking ball breaking.
What about me?
What about you? What do you think, you're immune?
I was eating my sandwich. The fucking camera comes in right to my fucking, leave me alone. He actually approached me at the beef and beer event, and I had some choice words.
Oh, did you?
I was stressed out, and he brought the camera close. I said, get the fuck out of my face. I am fucking busy. Leave me alone. We'll see that in the footage, I'm sure.
Fair enough.
Had a little cunty moment. It wasn't fake either. I was like, dude, fuck off right now.
Yeah.
You want some words? I gave you tons yesterday. Fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the golf tournament at the PB Meadow, which is a very nice course, very well run by Peter.
The Meadows.
It was Caddy Day at Bushwood.
100%. That's the
It
best way
was
to describe it. They fucking
let the animals run the course.
were unleashed on that pool at Bushwoods. It was the same exact thing, only it was 151 with fucking golf carts. Now,
I got a text from one of the Rangers' sons. One of the Rangers' sons, Garrett Greer, is the son. He's a beef group guy, mod, a friend of mine for 20-something years. Makes fun of me constantly, but actually would
I've seen his name quite a bit.
Would probably suck me off if I pulled my pants down.
Sure.
Garrett, you would.
As you do.
He's like, my dad just texted me. Heard you have quite the crew. I said, you have no fucking idea what I have at this place. People have handles of vodka in the parking lot. They're pouring into coffee cups. There is stuff going on right now that is not going to be okay.
So the day started for Craig and myself, almost killing Dan Bob.
Like that.
So we pull up to his group is I think the first.
He's famous, right? He's famous.
I've heard that. I've actually experienced it. Yeah, he's got fans.
He has fans.
He's got fans. I was a little jealous.
Not like these. Oh, not like these kind of fans are ceiling fans.
I got
fans.
Ceiling fan, but he's actual fans.
He's a floor fan.
But it was I believe they were the second group we pulled up on, and bullshit. We get back in the cart to take off, and I try to go up. Now, morning grass, little slick, right?
Sure.
Wheels are spinning.
Plus, the weight in the cart.
So multiple times, me and Craig had to do the Fred Flintstone kick out with the fucking foot, trying to move it. So
you could have just got out if you wanted. You could have gotten out. It would have saved everybody trouble.
I was driving.
Just you could have gotten out
and just let it roll. Well, that's kind of almost what happened.
Craig could have just touched the pedal. He might weigh 210. You weigh more.
Fair enough. Fat fucks. So I'm trying, and again, we had just started. So we're trying to move it. Damn, Bob, I got you guys. Pops out of his cart. I'm like, all right, here we go, buddy. Gets behind to give us a push. The cart fucking moves an inch. His feet go out from under him, and I feel it going backwards. And his head is about to go under the fucking cart.
Over poor Dan Bob.
What happens? Craig gets that camera, puts it right down his fucking face. We're getting this shit on film.
That is my man, Craig. Why he's there, right there. Get that camera.
Get that camera right in his fucking face. And
let's watch a snuff film of Dan Bob, the most famous guy I know, dying.
And then we just fucking, we righted ourselves and took off and left him for that.
Imagine the fan, how upset the fans would be.
Oh my God, imagine.
Jesus, he met so many.
Famous naked man at a fucking beef shop dies under a golf cart, left for dead.
Jesus. And the fans just, the candlelight vigils.
They mourned him in the press.
At Zeno's, there would have been vigils. Candlelights, vigils.
But yeah, so that's how our day started.
So my team, we started off with a Pink Whitney 8-person shot. They brought Pink Whitney, which is like the Barstool vodka, I guess. Yeah. It's like lemonade vodka. It's fine. Yeah. You can shoot it. It's wicked weak. And then we did a shotgun, and we started playing like shit. We played bad early. And I brought the ringers. I brought the heat.
You wouldn't have known by your score.
Listen, we came in 5th.
Yeah, you did.
With actually the 3rd best score, but 3 teams were tied ahead of us.
4 places behind last year.
Yeah, we didn't win. It's facts. There's no disputing that we didn't win. And the best is, though, so we didn't win. It's fine. Yeah. Harambe's team was actually on pace to win. He brought some good players with him. Not him.
Hilarious,
good
by
players.
The way.
They were 11 under through 10 holes.
Yeah.
They finished 11 under.
Were they really?
Yes.
Because when we ran into him, they said that. And immediately, I think me and Craig both, without even thinking, it was like, bullshit.
No, they had good golfers. Mike's just there for a lot of things. Mike's there for entertainment.
Mike's just there. I heard his short game was a lot better.
I heard that too because he's short. Mm-hmm. And then like the team that I thought was our biggest competition, they were 15 under through 14 holes. Everyone was on pace to crush us.
Right.
15 under won it last year. And I think a lot of teams didn't do buzz maintenance well.
This year.
I think they got a little too happy. Yeah. Started bogeying holes and missing putts late. Yeah. So one team full of guys who played in it last year as well. They weren't new to the tournament. Just I don't know them well. Just, they signed up and they play. I only met the guy once.
Right.
Came in 16 under. Like, it's a fucking really good score. That means you birdied every hole but 2, or at least you averaged a birdie in every hole but 2. Right. I know you're not a golf guy, but that's pretty fucking good.
I know the words. I know the terminology. I was trying to pick up some of the lingo.
So
birdies and pars and dog legs on the left side.
Eagles. You'd have the Eagles.
Caw, caw.
I think some of my favorite moments though of the tournament. So 15th hole was where Fester and the girls were.
Okay.
And I was expecting that to be a shit show, but I had to give the girls money because they didn't show up on time. They weren't free. These people aren't free. No one's free anymore.
You had them pay them to be late?
No, I paid them to be there.
I know they did. I know
I hired them
to be there.
Yes, no, I hired them. I hadn't paid them yet because they weren't there on time. I'm not prepaying.
I got you.
I'm not prepaying girls that might not show.
That's
you
an
get paid when you show
button.
up. Yes, they're not getting their money. I'm not Venmoing you ahead of time.
Right.
You show up, you get money, and I have cash.
Right.
So I walked up and about to be insulted by them and handed them both money, and then the money went in their cleavage, and they were very happy.
Yeah, they were definitely ready to talk shit to you.
Festa was he was throwing fucking good daggers. I liked it a lot. Yep. I don't golf with shoes on. Mm-hmm. I golf barefoot. Yep. And he's calling me, telling me to put my slippers back on, calling me Helen, which is a great old lady named Helen. Asked me if what's next. No, I had more fun cremating my mother. That's a good line. What's next? A funeral? Or are we gonna go visit a dying kid in the ER?
Well, that was the bit. That was the big talking point that all of this fucking nonsense and shenanigans was for the children. It's for charity, which it was.
It was. I still haven't
but it's
just money yet.
It's still funny to say.
I still haven't actually.
You pull up to a thing and you got fucking people just throwing beers and mushrooms and fucking whatever else they're throwing at each other, and it's like, oh yeah, this is
cocaine
for a charity.
Listen, ecstasy and cocaine, I believe, were consumed. Mushrooms were consumed. I don't know what these people are up to. I just know
the amount of hugs I was getting that day, I'm assuming ecstasy was definitely good. I'm hoping.
So much ecstasy.
Oh, my God, it's so good to see you. I'm like, motherfucker, we've never met.
Your gun is in my hip.
Oh, shit.
So the tournament went off well.
It was fucking awesome, man.
The Beefy Boys truck was at the first hole, and that was great. It created a little log jam at the first hole, but everyone, oh, Jesus.
Well, what I noticed was, because we swung by around the same time most people were getting there. I know we met up with you there, and the girls and Fester were there at that point. It was almost like the lunch break, for lack of a better term. But as the backside of our commentary, for lack of a better term, was carrying on, beef and mayo, two things you really want when you're walking around in the hot fucking sun. It just, you could feel the post beef slowdown.
Well, you had a super.
Not me. Not fucking me.
I mean
the people. I mean the people actually trying to do sports.
Oh yeah.
I was I'm looking like this is great. I'm just sitting in a golf cart with the fucking wind blowing in my face. They're actually out in the sun trying to putt after a fucking beef.
We're not going to call golf sports though.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
No, golf is not. I've been playing golf since I was 7 years old.
Hobbying? Do hobby?
I don't know what. It's an activity. It's something to keep you busy.
Yeah, but still, you want to go to sleep after a fucking sandwich like that.
Yeah, you're out of the game too far. The rest of us fucking having a super and go back to work.
Fair enough.
But we
man of leisure over here.
I mean, here's the thing though, Mike. I'm the one who planned.
Fucking taking a nap.
I'm the one who planned where the truck goes and what time he gets there.
Well, it made sense to put it there because where the fuck else would it go? You couldn't put it on the course anywhere.
Do you know? I also planned where people start golfing and where they finish and where they're going to be at certain times.
Right.
I planned my fucking lunch.
You planned your lunch.
I planned my lunch. I knew.
You can make it sound all fucking altruistic and shit, but you knew where you were going to be at a certain point on that course.
It's a 5-hour round of golf. Takes 2.5 hours to play the first half of said round.
Yeah.
I played the back 9, which means I was coming up on 1 at 11:30, pretty much on the dot. Worked out just fine for me. I was hungry. I wanted some beef and fries. And I'm also a professional. I ordered the truck. I know who's in the truck because I ordered it.
Yeah.
I texted Pete.
Of course you did.
I said, sent my order in.
Of course you did.
I walked up, took the order, and walked away. Fuck off. I'm eating.
Of course you did.
Everyone else is walking up, waiting. Not me. No, I'm eating.
That's why you're you.
Yes, I am not. And one of the guys in my group didn't want to eat.
That's why you're you, but you're not you. Are you sure? I don't know if you're the guy from that group, right?
Oh, we'll discuss him. I might be that guy. I could be the guy. You think
maybe you're the guy?
Am I that guy?
Either way, I like the group. I don't like you.
Yeah, no, people hate me. That's all right, though.
Yeah,
Beefy Boys, though, were killing it. They were slinging mid-8s, I think.
Yeah, it was
to me,
good.
At least.
For,
like a
for
8.6, 8.5, you know.
Of course, man. They were fucking good sandwiches there.
Yeah.
I will pump Dan Bob's tires a little bit. That fucking photo he took was amazing. I thought it was Photoshop when I saw it.
I've been looking at it for about I've been looking for 3 days. I still can't tell if it's photoshopped.
He claims it's not. I saw him at the fucking. I was sitting next to him at the event afterwards, and I'm like, that fucking. How'd you Photoshop that so quickly? And he's like, no, that was real. And the rest of the team kind of supported that statement that it was real.
That's the best part about his Photoshop skills. Either way,
It's
sure.
a great fucking photo.
Sure, it doesn't. It could be. I have no idea. I just know it's a great picture.
Yeah.
In the perspective, that's like, what are you, a professional photographer now?
Right.
You take shitty pictures of beasts, but all of a sudden you can get foreground, background, fucking. I took a picture of Craig and posted it.
You were so. I was watching you take the picture. And I'm like, oh, and then I saw the picture afterwards. I'm like, what the fuck were you doing?
I had
you
to
looked
tap
like you
the
were
thing.
trying so hard to get that photo.
That's why I never try. I never try my pictures. That one I tried.
That's your mistake. You got all of Craig, none of the fucking beef. Your finger was pulling a fry.
Screen.
My hand was pulling a fry.
I just needed to tap the fucking beef, and that would have focused on the beef and not Craig, but I didn't do that.
Of course.
It's all right. We live and you learn.
Of course.
You know what, though? I still sent it. I'll take that.
Of course you did.
Call me a bad photographer. Call my sister a fucking slut. Who cares? I didn't have a sister. Go fuck yourself.
There was a lot of that.
One sidebar, which is one of my favorite moments of the whole tournament. I walk up to one of the guys who's in the sister gang, I'll call it. He gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Before the group was your sistering, he's been your sistering. Your sister's ass, she's just his cunt, whatever. Because it's from The Sopranos.
Yes.
We didn't invent this. He's been talking this for years.
No,
I'll claim a lot of things I invented.
June's sister's cunt.
Yes. Yeah. So this dude, good friend of mine, good guy.
Good guy.
He goes, I walk up, I go, hey, Richie, how's your sister? And I said it kind of calmly. Mm-hmm. And instead of me like, oh, fuck you, he's like, she's doing better.
Oh, Jesus.
No, she's got that new job. No, she's doing great. Like, she's got this job working for this thing. And I'm like, Richie, I don't even know your sister. I don't care.
I didn't know you had a sister.
Yeah, he goes, fuck, I thought you were like really cares. No, I don't even know your sister. I don't know her at all.
No, I was telling you go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
One of the cool things while we're at that point was while I was sitting there having my sandwich, it was awesome to again, like I said, I got to meet all the mutants that we've been dealing with on Facebook and whatnot over the last 2 years and change now, which was fucking fantastic. But I also finally got to meet our sponsors, which was nice.
Almost 4 years, by the way. Oh, you and I because of the show.
Because of the show, yeah.
Oh yeah, 4 years on for the group though.
So, exactly. Well, for you, yes.
What's today's date?
Today is 10/11.
3 days. Okay.
From what? The anniversary?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. We started nonsense
Forgot about that.
3 years ago?
No, the group.
Well, we started nonsense right around the anniversary.
No, we started nonsense in December.
Did we? Maybe.
Yeah, it was December.
Maybe you're right.
Because we lost the group. It was December.
Right. Well, either way, getting to meet our sponsors was another fucking awesome thing for me, including, as we kind of pay our bills, Gary Girolamo, of course, of Gary Girolamo Group, Cross Country Mortgage, who was the presenting sponsor of the second annual North Shore Beefs Golf Tournament.
I saw Gary today.
Did you now?
I was getting lunch at Farmer Brown's. He walked by, said hello.
Gave me a very nice hoodie. I believe it will fit. I think he was questionable about the sizes. Either way, it's in the back of your truck.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. At Buy and Refi on Instagram, crosscountrymortgage.com. Finally got to stop by and meet the Channel Marker Brewing guys, kid, at 95 Rantoul Street in Beverly, at Channel Marker Brewing on Instagram. The tap room hours for Channel Marker Brewing is Wednesday through Friday, 3 to 10, Saturdays noon to 10, Sundays noon to 6. ChannelMarkerBrewing.com is the website, and I'm assuming at some point you'll refill your stock there because you're out.
I don't have any merch left. I have to do a lot of things.
If you're looking at the fucking video, your shelves are barren.
There's nothing. I have nothing left.
I have the fucking Patron bottle over your shoulder.
I have been fucked, gagged, and sucked of all my
Which,
merch.
It's not a bad thing. That means you sold them all?
No. You also got to step foot in Channel Marker for the first time in your life.
Well, that's just it. I actually got to go to Channel Marker.
And meet them. It was a whole double thing. Sunday,
it was
Friday you met them. Saturday you got to go in.
Yeah, exactly. It was fucking fantastic. That was one of the, in all sincerity, it was one of the cool things about the weekend was actually getting, to experience our sponsors who have been supporting this fucking silly ass show for how many years now?
A while now, yeah. Good people.
And it started, I went to Double Bull Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
And looking down their menu, and fucking, of course, Channel Marker has a beer that they make for Double Bull. So it was one of those, very nice moments where I actually get to, because you've sent cans down to me, but it's not the same as actually being able to sit at a fucking bar and just order your sponsor's beer on draft,
Yeah.
and it was a fucking goddamn delicious beer.
Captain Max.
Captain Max. And then Saturday before the Beef and Beer Fest, meeting up at the brewery, which again, the brewery, couldn't have fucking found it if I tried, because I wasn't.
It's not easy to find.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like I'm driving. I'd never been there before, and their sign is horizontal to the street. So when my fucking Uber pulled up, I'm looking and I'm like, I'm looking for the logo. Because I'm assuming there's a bunch of, obviously it's industrial and the brick buildings and shit, and I'm just looking for their logo anywhere. And I just got out. I'm like, you know what? Leave me here. I'll figure it out. And I
follow the smell.
I took 2 steps. I'm like, oh, there it is. Cool. Yeah.
Follow the smell. Channelmacher they make a dank beer, and you can smell it outside, inside. Okay. You could put a Channelmacher beer in front of me and any other beer next to it, and I will say that's a Channelmacher. Nothing smells like their beer.
But yeah. So moving on, golf tournament.
You got to meet Jeff.
I did.
You got to meet Jeff.
Jesus Christ. Jeff is my new best friend.
Jeff is I like Jeff a lot.
Fucking Rama.
He was sitting at the 6th hole with a cooler full of. He probably had $200 in micro craft beers.
From
macro. Treehouse.
Not macro.
No, from Trillium.
I believe I'm drinking a macro craft beer now. It's Kona. Is Kona macro craft beer?
I believe it's owned by.
Is it just macro beer?
I believe it's owned by InBev, which also owns Anheuser-Busch. Piece of shit. Supporting the Nazis.
I've heard different. And I've heard different literally from Mo. Because there was a post, and this is the only reason I keep posting Big Wave to the fucking thing, because about 3 weeks ago, Mo posted with Jessica a picture of her drinking that, and he was defending the fuck out of it that it's no longer on that list of fucking beers because it's back to.
You don't think he's full of shit?
I think he's completely full of shit, but I'm fucking leaning into it.
Listen
and I
to
know
his
it pisses
show.
off the guy that wants to ignore me.
Listen to his show. Mo is not often right.
Here's the thing. I don't give a shit.
No, but Mo is a real friend, a friend in real life to me.
Yes, I know.
And I say, I'm like, Mo, you're always wrong. If I listen to your show, I yell. I'm like, no. It's like that part in Scrooge when they're trying to figure out the boat that took the people to Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
And no one knows SS Minnow. Yeah, no one knows it. That's literally like, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
And I'm sneaky smart, but they're fucking morons.
Yeah. Well, either way, I saw it posted by him. I'm fucking leaning into it, especially because I actually like the beer, and it's usually 2 for 1 in public, so I'm going with it. Either way. Anyways, Jeff.
Your boy
Jeff was
Rama.
a fucking hoot. He was a wonderful person to deal with. Again,
sitting at 6.
Right. So the funniest part was I met him right after Todd. So I was talking to Todd and Jilly. And then he calls me out and he goes, "Hey, Mike." And I turn and he comes walking over. And again, I never met him. I've never seen him. So, and that was kind of my interaction with most of these people that came up to me. It was like, "Hey, Mike." And I'm like, oh, God, I didn't have time to look at everybody's fucking Facebook before I got here to see who's who. So he comes up and he's like, "I'm Rama." And I'm like, "Great. You've never called him that."
Never. I don't
never called him
Rama.
that. And
it's a stupid nickname, fucking Rama. What's it
He
mean?
goes, "I own Jamie's." And then I looked and then all of a sudden, bing, Captain Lou Albano clicked him. I go, "Oh,
yes, Captain Jeff Albano."
And I looked at him. I go, "Oh, I get it. Andy described you. Of course. How are you?" And then we became instant best fucking friends.
No, Jeff's a good guy. And he also was offering $500 to anyone who got a hole in one, but no one did. So Jeff kept his money in his pocket. But he probably passed out that amount in beer.
100%.
At least to me. Yeah. At least to me, I was getting beer was my friend and always is.
But yeah, fantastic human being. We'll discuss more when we get to the Beef and Beer Fest.
So we finished the tournament. We got to the tournament was fun. I mean, it went off well. I mean, no one died and everyone had fun. I mean, you guys got some great footage. I can't wait to see the footage. It's exciting stuff.
I will say there was 3 moments of utter fear where I almost dumped our cart.
Well, yeah, you're driving. You're leaning, probably taking a hard left, and see you later, Craig.
Yeah. One of them was on the hole with the girls because we kept having to double back on that one because we were getting ready to leave. We double back, and Mike's group pulls up. It's like, well, we got to fucking stay for this shit show.
Yes.
All right, they wrapping up. We're gonna go. We got to double back, and that
It's
was
me.
when we doubled.
It was
back,
me after.
It was
Yeah,
you
me
after
them.
that. It was you
Yeah.
after that. So when we're doubling back on that one, I basically rode up on the side of their cart, two-wheeling it, got around, fucking safe and sound. There was a few times, one time almost into the goddamn ravine because we were talking about the last year where the guy fucking dumped the cart into the fucking drink. And I'm like, maybe this is that one. And we realized that, first of all, the bridge is just too fucking small.
Every hole could be that hole.
Yeah. We didn't know which one it was, but either way. But yeah, and then we wrapped up with Craig was taunting people with his drone at the hole where your wife was doing charity with the guys. She was doing
with
the 50-50.
McGrath and
She was
Findell.
babysitting him basically.
Well, yeah, someone has to.
Yes.
They were drinking fucking moonshine.
Moonshine. I don't know. Every time I showed up, they gave me another 9.5 beer. And I'm just like,
not even like that fake moonshine Cappy sells. Moonshine.
Oh no, made.
They had a big.
He explained it to me. I don't remember
the
explanation, but he fucking explained that it was made.
They gave me a triple IPA, and I tried to chug it, and it was all foam, and I fucking puking the foam up.
Well, my thing was, every time we swung by, they threw a 9.5 in our hands, but that's what they were drinking all fucking day.
Yeah, they were drinking an awful lot. They had fun though. Those guys are great.
It was a fucking.
It's a see no evil, hear no evil hole. You get security tag and the cross-eyed guy.
But it was a fucking fantastic hole. And the 50-50. Did you ever figure that one out? The total?
Yeah, it was 1160.
Oh, not bad. Nice.
So it's funny. I play in these tournaments a lot, and usually the money gets kicked back to charity, and it pisses me off. Not that I want the charity not to get the money, but I'm like, you won. Take your money.
You mean the winners?
The winner will be keep it.
Homemade peach moonshine, by the way.
All right, and I'm always like, no, take the money. Just you won.
You actually won this.
The charity's still getting 580. They weren't supposed to get 1160. It's 50-50.
Right.
And this year, whoever won, I forget what it was. I looked at him. I go, you won 500. No, it was 1120. I go, you won 560. He goes, seriously? I go, yes. Here, walk away.
He won 1160.
No, sorry. Let me start over. The 50-50 earned 1120.
That's cash and Venmo.
Cash and Venmo, and then the winner of the charity gets half of that.
Correct.
Which is 560. The winner of the drawing gets half of that 560.
Correct. And the charity gets the rest.
So yes, so that's how it's supposed to work. But all these people always say no, give it to the charity, and I'm like, listen, this is all for the charity.
Yeah.
You won something. It's not like when you win the driver in the raffle, you give it back. You didn't give back the grill. Take the fucking money.
There was a guy that got a whole fucking brand new patio set, basically.
He won the grill, the driver, and the cooler.
And I don't know.
Well, TV.
And the TV. The grill, the driver, and the TV. The whole fucking table made out like goddamn bandits.
And he said to me, he goes, what's this even for? I'm like, you motherfucker. You're not even on the page?
Hilarious.
You aren't even aware of the whole, this is a whole thing.
Hilarious.
Can't describe it. I can't describe it. Real quick, what's up, Ronnie? My boy Ronnie's here. I had to say what's up to him.
Ronnie.
So the bank, we're getting kind of stuck here in the mud.
Let's jump to the banquet.
I don't want to forget certain things. The banquet.
Let's jump to the banquet.
I will say the banquet was pretty, in my opinion, boring. Not as rowdy as last year.
Okay, I wasn't there.
Everyone ate.
Mm-hmm. They
bought raffle tickets. I had zero time to breathe because I didn't have the help I had last year, where I had a lot more help. My fault. I'm not good at asking for help.
That was the first instance this weekend where I was like, oh, Andy's going to need to start hiring people for this shit.
No, people will volunteer, and they volunteered, and I didn't take it.
But it's going to need to be like confirmed volunteer, not like hoping that everyone brings their wives to help.
I have a committee next year.
Oh, that a boy.
I already locked it in. It's not the best committee, but it's my committee.
I mean,
and that's how I run my things. I don't have the best people. They're my people, though. They're loyal and good.
I would like to think I helped without a megaphone.
No, you were very helpful. Blue ticket.
Blue ticket all day, brother.
Every single ticket was blue, and my wife keeps going, don't yell blue ticket. Blue ticket!
And then the echo.
Yep. You yell blue ticket.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. When Craig and I showed up, we first stop, obviously, the bar. And I was just going to get a beer. That was my first instinct. That's my instinct when I usually go. It's like, all right, I'll just grab a beer. But the group in front of us was getting Jack and Cokes, and I watched the bartender make the Jack and Cokes. And I got my mega pint here, and it was Jack and a motherfucking splash of Coke. And I looked at Craig. I go, "We're getting Jack and Cokes."
Mike, it's the Italian club.
I know what it is. It's just been a minute since I've been there.
It's the IACC in Peabody on Blaney Ave. They overserve, they overpour. They're great people.
I get it. I love it, and that's why I went with it. And then of course a couple rounds in, and then I run into fucking Fester, and he's like, "What do you want, guy?" I'm like, "Oh, Jack and Coke. You want a fucking chaser?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, bring on the beers as well." So
some mushrooms and blow, whatever you got.
By the time I got to you in the blue ticket, I had basically a bottle of Jack and a number of beers.
See, I hadn't.
Luckily, there was some food there too, which fucking Champions was
Champions Pub catered, which I didn't get because it was too busy. I was too busy to get food.
Here's the thing, though. For this, the only way I can equate it, because I've never. I mean, I've hosted these things with the old show, but never like in the sense that you were hosting. Like we were always get up there for 10 minutes and fucking talk some shenanigans and get the fuck out of here. Plug your show. But for you, the way I'd equate it would be basically the bride and groom at a wedding, where the bride and groom at the wedding never fucking eat because they're always in demand. It's always people want to talk to you, they want to shake your hands, you want to do this, you want to do that. You're never actually able to sit and relax for 2 fucking minutes. That's what you were.
Yeah, that's accurate.
At this thing. I mean, you came fucking walking through the goddamn thing with your goddamn air horn or your alarm on the bullhorn going off.
I can't order oatmeal at Dunkin' Donuts, but I can put an air horn and get all the attention on me.
Yeah.
250 people. Yeah. It's a syndrome, I think. I don't know what it is.
I will say this about the fucking food. Oh, you mean because of your anxiety?
Yeah, I can't do it. Can't order, yeah.
Well, not one person. It's one of those. I feel. Let me put my my doctor's hat on for a moment. I feel it's because you fucking have to, because nobody else there was going to do it.
True.
Nobody else there was going to play the role of fucking Andy Ferg at the North Shore Beach Golf Tournament. So you kind of
I had to be myself.
It becomes like a suck it up and puke later, pal.
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Shit your pants, dive on in and swim.
So what's funny is Kevin, the owner, the former owner of Champions, but still owns the catering portion. He just sold it to his niece and his partner's stepson.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, he's the guy running the catering.
Yes.
Kevin, my old football coach, known Kevin for that many years.
Yep.
Great guy. Love Kevin. Hired me to work there. He walks up. He goes, "Did you eat?" I go, "No, I haven't even had a second."
And this was after the auction, right?
This was
not auction, but you know what I mean.
Toward the end, yeah. He was done serving food.
Yeah.
And I go, "No, I have not had any food." They have a full tray of tips back there. Salad, rice, it's yours. I'm decompressing.
Yeah.
Finally getting a chance to breathe. I look up, the fucking heathens are filling to-go containers with all of my steak tips.
They're taking
my
all
rice.
the fucking food.
All of it. I'm like, no. So my wife's yelling, like, I haven't eaten all day, and she can't have the Beefy Boys truck because they don't have.
More importantly, she hasn't eaten all day.
No, she hasn't eaten all day, and she can't have the Beefy Boys because of the gluten.
Right.
I had Beefy Boys. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I run over and I open the tin up, the big fucking aluminum foil tray and the cover, and I take every steak tip out of there.
Right.
And I close the fucking thing. I grab the salad and walk away. And someone goes, "You're taking all the tips." I said, "They're my fucking tips. I haven't eaten yet, motherfucker." Right. And then we brought them home and I threw them away.
You gotta love a charity event where you can just motherfuck everybody there, and it's
the greatest.
It's just acceptable. It's almost a term of endearment at this point.
Not almost, it is.
So I will say about the food, the Champions food. First, steak tips, we know, but the fucking beans were goddamn fantastic. Surprise of the goddamn meal. I know you didn't get any, but holy shit.
No, didn't get shit.
Holy shit, they were fucking great goddamn beans. They were fucking tasty as hell. It was almost a chili consistency. It was like really
I'm
fucking
sure.
good.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure I'm going to order them next time I do it.
Really
I didn't even order beans.
Exactly. I've never even thought to order beans there.
I just said tips, chicken, rice, and salad. Right. Make it simple.
Yeah.
They brought beans too.
They brought fucking beans. They were good.
So the banquet went off well. Raffles went off well. Blue ticket. A lot of people got pissed off.
Well, a lot of people got pissed off because one table basically won the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah. Huh? Well, you were doing a good job mixing the tickets up, wasn't it?
I was trying. My God, I had a whole goddamn salad mixer thing happening with.
Also, 90% of tickets started the exact same way.
Yeah, blue ticket.
We ran out of that. No, not just blue ticket, the same 3 numbers. And we ran out of that roll late and started selling a different roll, also blue tickets, but different 3 numbers in the open. So everyone's like, "What about 510?" I'm like, "It's like 3 510 tickets."
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Well, also there was the people getting pissed off when they bought one ticket and this table bought $100 worth of fucking tickets.
Yeah, the dude that won
Each.
everything. The dude that won everything spent 100.
He spent $100.
He spent 80 on the regular raffle and 20 on the Celtics
one. Yeah. So
which that was a good one.
Yeah, but he got the grill and a fucking TV and a goddamn driver. Hell of a fucking
driver,
score.
yeah.
Hell of a score.
He thought he didn't win the driver. That was the first raffle chosen, and someone popped up and said, "I won," and he was wrong.
Right out of the gate, controversy.
And out of spite, he goes, "I didn't even want the driver."
No.
That's what he picked.
Yeah.
That's what the guy who won picked. So he took the driver. I'm like, that's nice. I like that. That's the attitude of this room.
And he didn't even know why he was there.
No, he didn't know.
He had no. He's not in the beef group. He had no fucking idea why he was there. He was probably that team's ringer. And just,
no, he's terrible. I bet.
No,
I know that. I know that kid. He's not an athlete.
I do know because we were following. I was just trying to do it for the story, but we were following them around quite a bit. They were actually a fun group.
Far from an athlete.
They actually kidnapped the fucking girls after fucking lunch.
He
comes over and we're just bullshitting. It was me. Fester actually went to the bathroom. It was just me and the two girls sitting there, and all of a sudden he comes over and just fucking scooped them and took them. I go over, I go throw my fucking beers out, and I come back. I see that both of them on the back of his cart riding away. I'm like, good for you, pal. Good for you.
Yeah, why would take the horse, take a ride?
Good for you. That's what this.
Not horse.
They're
not
horse.
This
day's all about.
They're not horse. They're models. I'm sorry. They're models.
Good for them too. They were looking to get off that hole. You put them in a dark fucking hole.
Oh, I was just send a message.
Mm-hmm. Look, I don't.
The girl asked me for a sweatshirt.
Well, yeah. Again, it was the shade. It was the only hole with shade, which made it
It's
about 20 degrees colder, which was still only about 60.
She could have walked out into the fairway and danced a little bit, and it would have been warmed right up.
Warm those fucking legs up, hon.
Sunshine dancing.
I think it goes without saying, since we're only halfway through a weekend, this is going to be a bit longer of an episode. So, again, got to thank our sponsors, Ben Franklin Print Company, 177 North Main Street in Middleton, at Ben Franklin _Print Co. on Instagram, and BenFranklinPrintCo.com is the website. If you mention F Buddies, you get 10% off your next order. And, of course, Jamie's Roast Beef in Peabody, 44 Margin Street in Peabody. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 to 9 p.m. JamiesRoastBeef.com is the website, and at Jamie's Roast Beef on Instagram.
Have we done Patty Kelly's yet?
We haven't. That's where we're at. Have we done them sponsorship? We opened the show with them. Yeah.
Okay, so they're all set. So we did Patty Kelly's, you and I.
Yes, we did.
Post golf tournament, post banquet, and that's when I lost my wife because she was hungry and angry with me.
Yep.
I guess yes, she had a reason.
Here's the thing. I'll say it. If nobody else will, I will say it. The goddamn champion of the fucking weekend is Mrs. Ferg.
Yes,
the woman, having spent an entire weekend with her in the sea of North Shore beefness, we'll say, she's a goddamn saint. Mrs. Ferg is a fucking saint. All right.
And she was over me and my antics and my friends about 5 o'clock on
probably 8:30 Friday morning.
Yes, but she decided it was over. She's going home.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And she had taken her own car that day, and she took her car and she had let the dog out, and she was tired, didn't eat a lot. Fine, I'm not going home. We hit Patty Kelly's, had some food, saw some golfers, pretty uneventful.
Great asses. Sorry.
Yes, there was an ass. So I looked at you and you looked at me, and we both knew what was happening. Patty Kelly was early on a Saturday. Friday. Patty Kelly's was still doing the.
Really, see, Saturday is a whole other animal that we'll get to. But it was real fucking early on Friday, and we weren't as drunk as Saturday.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
So we head to the cabaret, you and I, and Festa and Harambe, and
everyone just kept filing in.
Yes, but here's the thing. Last year at the golf tournament
in
the after
and
party,
they just became instant best friends. I mean, I understand why. Oh, were they in real life?
They already were. Oh yeah, they already are.
Oh, okay, I thought that was like
I know Harambe through Festa.
I thought that was.
So I know
Festa
Harambe.
I thought that was like a love connection that happened that.
No. Mike and Jimmy are fucking.
I mean, it made
close.
Complete sense. Like
real close. They're pals.
Like I said, they look like brothers that just met. It was just an instant thing watching them, but I thought it was a new thing for them.
No. They are
Oh,
close.
okay.
They are really,
Then,
actually
then
really
then
close
it
in real
makes
life.
even more sense.
So they showed up, and here's the thing: last year at the golf tournament, I misbehaved terribly, got way too drunk, got belligerent, fell down, full of myself, barely got through the banquet. So I behaved myself on the course. I did what you saw when I posted. I also smoked a cigar for 4 holes, drank Bud Light
So
mostly.
when you say it
Behaved.
was a different tournament, you meant, and especially you said the after party wasn't as rowdy. You mean you personally?
And the tournament, there was some people missing from this year's tournament that were less crazy. They were people. The psychos weren't there this year.
Well, they drove a cart into a fucking drink.
We were missing people this year. We wouldn't believe it was there last year.
Okay.
So I behaved. At the cabaret, we had fun.
Oh, yeah.
We met a stripper who looked like Amber Rose, who come to find
edge.
out is an actual porn star. I did some research.
I didn't know that.
She's excellent. I did some research, Mike, and I'm not gonna lie, it's weird to see someone you kind of know. You just met her, but her and I had a nice conversation.
Yes.
Take a dick. It's weird to see it on YouPorn or Pornhub.
Always,
It's weird. I did some
always.
research. I found her. I will text you her name. I don't want to announce it now. I don't want to blow up her spot, but a stripper at the cabaret is on Pornhub or whatever.
I mean, I'm sure she's not the only one, but
yeah, but here's the thing.
I mean, she obviously has her gimmick and she leans into it, and she's memorable because I don't remember a lot from that point in the night, but I remember her.
See, I do because I was pretty sober.
Well,
at
you
that
were
point.
also you were basically, you know how people say, oh, for every beer, drink a water. You were slamming Red Bull.
I was having Red Bull. I was having Bud Light, which
Bud
doesn't
Light.
count.
It was pitchers of Bud Light, which I was downing most of and spilling the rest.
So here's the thing: 8:30 rolls around. I'm like, you know what, guys? My wife's been home alone. Last year, I made a fool of myself. I'm heading out. Tomorrow's a big day.
Yep.
I'm not gonna upset the apple cart, as they say. I'm not gonna piss off the world. I'm gonna go home.
Yep.
I struck my house at 8:30. Sober as a judge, I drove home, Mike.
I know you wouldn't drive me back to Saugus.
No, yeah, I literally refused.
You literally refused, which I get. I completely get.
I
Route
said,
one's a fucking nightmare, by the way.
It's actually a funny moment. You're like, drive me home. I go, no.
Yep.
I walked away.
But I didn't fucking argue. I'm like, I get it. I got to I got to shoot my shot, right?
Yeah. And normally I would say yes, but I had a whole plan. I'm getting home.
You wanted to be the good guy going home. Before you get to what happened, apparently, realized this on Facebook, because I was staying right next door to Kowloon. I went right next door for fucking, sticky wings and Mai Tais and shit like that. Apparently, I missed having a meeting with Stevie by like that much.
It would have been like the movie Heat.
I would have loved it. I would have fucking loved. I mean, you saw me at the Beef and Beer Fest with all these people who presumably hated me.
You could have had a meeting of the minds and talked about
my God.
Common interest.
How little money we make.
I don't know. He's hustling.
Good for him. Make that fucking money, brother. But yeah, like he posted the next day, because we're still fucking friends on Facebook, because that doesn't mean shit. But it's like he was at Kowloon like probably an hour after I was. I'm like, God. I'm like, that's one of those moments you kind of, in situations like ours, I don't know about him, but I hope for that. I don't want to.
Of course you do.
I don't want to plan a fucking meeting with him. But it was one of those things like, when I'm up there nowadays, after being gone so long, it's like, well, what if Scott walked into the Lazy Dog? Because
a chance encounter.
What if Steve walked in, because wherever the fuck he lived, you know what I mean? Something like that. I'm not like stalking them or going to China Blossom or anything, but what fucking if, that happened, and that almost did. Literally like an hour apart, we fucking missed each other. Would have been an interesting night.
Of course, it would have been very cool. I would have enjoyed that
It
story.
would have been a better story, but an ending to the story than I just went back to my hotel and jerked off.
Yes. Yeah. You watched the stripper from the cabaret's porn as she worked a dick like nobody's business.
Wish I knew.
I'll text her a name. She's real good.
Please. All right. So you went home to be the good husband to the Saint Mrs. Ferg.
Yeah, and I walk in and I was questioned as to my sobriety, and I'm like, she said, "Why are you so sober?" And the accusatory tone. I'm like,
"Why are you so sober?"
I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "No, you shoot. What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
And she thought I was into extracurriculars, PEDs.
All right. You were okay. It was the Red Bull. You were
Yeah.
You were legit slamming fucking Red Bulls
Yeah, I was trying to snap out of it. I
to,
thought I was getting out of it.
to exactly do what you did to go home sober to your wife,
And hang.
she thought you were fucking banging rails in the bathroom.
Yeah, apparently she didn't say that, but she asked if I was doing something different. I'm like, no.
Oh
And then she looks at me. She goes, "I'm tired. I'm going to bed."
Well, unless you're popping amyls up your ass, I don't know what else you could be doing.
What did I come home for? I came home to be a good boy and hang out. Now, in retrospect, it's a better thing because I felt okay on Saturday morning, and Saturday was a busy day. But like, yeah, I come home at 8:30 after the golf tournament, feeling great, sober as a judge. I get shit for it.
McGrath wants her name too. So
what?
McGrath wants her name too. I think she's going to be our first guest on F Buddies, actually.
Yeah, well, a real F buddy.
Yeah, so your plan backfired, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, it was all we hashed out the next day.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was the ugly few, and when you get accused, I just started necking beers fast because I was trying to get back to where I was.
No, never.
Yeah, and then I started like,
and he started posting.
Talking to myself. No, I was talking to myself though about it. Like every time I try to do something right, I wasn't even speaking English.
I remember those fucking husband arguments.
Yep.
Oh
Just
God,
talking
I don't
by
miss
yourself.
that shit at all, man.
All right, Mike, we are deep right now, so I need to get through the beef and beer bash thing to get to Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because the beef and beer bash thing was awesome.
It was fucking awesome. It was fantastic.
There were over 1,000 people came. The lines were stupid long.
Yep.
People left because of the lines. There were only 3 breweries. The math doesn't add up.
And I liked. I went over a couple times and chatted with Channel Marker on the third time, which was still very early in the night. They were sold out. I'm like, to me, I'm like, fantastic. Now you guys can get fucked up with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was funny. So I don't think Bentwater knew I was bringing stuff, even though I'm obviously bringing stuff.
You were on the banner.
Yes, that name's not free. You didn't pay me to be on the banner.
You were part of the marketing.
Yeah, I'm not paid to be on the banner, so I'm bringing stuff.
So who was the guy that literally gave you the table? Because when we showed up, someone walked right over and gave you a table.
Ray from Rockport Brewing. Him and I are pals, and I texted him about, "Do you have extra tables?" And he said, "I'm bringing you one." I was going to bring my own. The table you saw in my basement that has all my stuff was coming.
Oh, Jesus.
But Ray brought one for me.
To fucking disassemble.
It's fine. I would have been fine. It would take me 3 seconds. I'd broken everything. So, yeah, Ray from Rockport was there. Channel Marker was there. And Bentwater was the host.
Yep.
So I said to the people, I said, "Where do I set up?" And the girl's like, "Set up what?" And I said, "You don't know what I brought." And I brought everything.
Yeah.
And it was funny, though, too, because the line for Bentwater had to go by us.
Oh, yeah.
So people were just buying stuff from me because they were bored. That's a cool glass. You want to buy it $20?
Well, it was awesome to see because as you know, we went together and we showed up, dropped the boxes before the table was even set up. You were selling a glass.
Yes.
So basically you had already had a transaction before the table was set up. So much so I had to go to the truck to get the fucking glass.
Yes, you met him there. He
I
followed you there
right to the truck.
We didn't have the glasses out yet.
Which again, your parking job impeccable. I'm pretty sure somebody. I'm guessing it was from Bentwater because as I'm picking up the boxes of glasses, comes walking up to me as I'm about to close your back door. And he's like, "Is this your truck?" And I go, "Nope," and walk the fuck away because he was definitely about to fucking try to get your truck moved.
Whoever that was told the woman who was real kind, came over and said, "I think I need your truck moved."
Oh, is that right?
Is yours the white truck parked like a fucking asshole?
Big, massive fucking beast.
I said yes, and I've actually learned a lesson from you recently. It's a lesson I needed to learn a long time ago, and it's more. I think you may have taught me, and other folks have taught me.
Okay.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Let them figure it out. And not the whole do you know who I am? Because I never said I would never say that. No. But I parked. You saw where I parked.
Yes.
Wherever the fuck I wanted. I pulled up and stopped.
Right.
And blocked people. And when she said, "I need your truck moved," and I go, "I'm really busy," I handed her my keys. Said, "Move it. You want it? Move it." And she moved it.
Fair enough.
She brought my keys back afterwards. Because I know at one point my wife asked for a seltzer because she can't drink the beer, and I was getting beers delivered every 14 seconds.
Yes.
I wasted a lot of beers. And I go, "I'll go get you a seltzer." And I walked up to the Bentwater tent, and I walked by the line of 150 people.
Yeah.
And I asked the bartender, I said, "Give me a lime seltzer." Looked at me crooked because I didn't wait in line. And I took it. I said, "Thank you." I walked away.
Well, that was also the nice part about meeting the channel marker guys at the golf tournament was not waiting in that line.
True.
Walking straight the fuck because at first they didn't even have a line because people didn't know there was 2 breweries there, and they were like because their draft was in the left line with the rest of the Bentwater stuff.
Okay.
But their cans were in a cooler, and I think I was talking to Dan Bob or something, and we were just standing there, and they came over and they're like, oh, there's no line for cans, and I'm like, let's go get fucking cans. Let's go get the rest of that North Shore beef shit and fucking do it. By the way, delicious beer. Good job.
Oh, it's a great beer. It's an excellent beer.
Good job.
I met a lot of people that day that I had never met, like a lot of just random beefers, which I love. I love meeting the beefers because they're me. I'm a beefer. We're all beefers. We're not special.
Well, it's funny because like I said earlier, it's like we've all been in these social media groups, and it's bizarre. I was trying to explain it to my brother this weekend. It's bizarre because there's people that you know and have known for years, never met. Mm-hmm. You've had interactions with. You've said horrific things to them.
Sure.
Never met them in real life, and then you do, and it's like instant best friends. Like we talked about Al earlier. It's like I came out of the bathroom in the brewery, and I ran into Jeff from Jamie's, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta get a beer, and I'm looking at the line, and there was a whole line at the bar at Bentwater, and I see fucking Al in his big fucking Hawaiian shirt, and I just scream Al at the fucking top of my lungs. He looks, and I just gave the fucking beer wave, and he just waves me on, came right over.
Yeah.
It's like instant best friends because of this weird thing that's social media. Like it's fucking bizarre.
But this particular brand of social media is the more bizarre thing because it's a weird family of mutants who just are like-minded and get the joke.
Look, brother, it's a cunt. It's a cult.
It's a cunt too. It's a cunt.
It's a cult. That people are talking like you. There's people like wearing your shirt in not beef-related events. Fucking.
Well, it's fine though. It's fine.
I met Petros from the craft beer group.
Oh yeah.
I was at Double Bull. I'm at Double Bull with my mom and stepdad having dinner, and the waitress comes over and she's like, "Oh yeah, this round was picked up by that guy in the green shirt." And I look over and this big bastard's fucking waving at me, and I'm like, "All right, let's." And it's such a, like you said, it's a weird, very dysfunctional family cult type of thing, like, and even a channel marker. The kid fucking serving the beers is sitting there wearing your shirt.
Yes. Oh yeah. At the bar. And charging us for beers.
And it's your shirt. And fucking at the golf tournament, everyone's sitting there. Everyone's talking like you. It's very that part was very weird. Like them picking up your lingo is the cult part of it. It's the cult part of it.
Just let it go. Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. They'll be scared. Yes, it is. It's very weird.
Like I said, it wasn't you because you were over at that hole when I heard your sister's ass over the fucking hills that way, and I'm like, that wasn't fucking it. Like people just
no. I didn't. I just brought it to the party.
Just yelling that and like yelling it across Peabody.
Yeah, and that their voice can carry to an elementary school.
We're driving by a goddamn cemetery, and people are yelling "cunt" and your sister's ass.
There's a cemetery in an elementary school that abuts that golf course.
I didn't know about the
both sides. Oh yeah, Welch School abuts the course. I went there when I was a kid.
That's wonderful.
Those woods that golf course is in, I used to hang out up there, like ride my bike up there. It was awesome.
It's fucking hilarious.
It was the place Eastman Gelatin dumped all the toxic waste. That's why I look like I do right now.
Well, at least you got all your hair.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean.
All right, so keep going Saturday night.
So it was. I just want to shout out Jamie's Nick's place.
Yeah,
Nick's on Essex. I got to meet the owner of Nick's place, which is Harambe's cousin Costa. He kissed me in the mouth. Dan Bob gave me a massage. It was a weird night.
I have a video of you and Dan Bob doing some weird shit. I still haven't posted that one just because I don't even know how to comment on. I think I'm just gonna
send it to music.
Just fucking
send it to music. Put it on TikTok. Send it to music.
I miss Costa. Which is funny because he was one of the ones he reached out before. He was like, "Oh, we gotta hook up and fucking talk," and missed him.
You know what though? At that event, you couldn't talk to anybody or make plans.
It was a fucking sea of people. Like
too many.
Like congratulations, this shit worked. Next
Oh,
year,
it
it
worked.
needs a bigger fucking venue, a few more vendors, but definitely a bigger fucking venue.
I mean,
Not,
the
not. But
following.
here's the thing: not too big because you don't want it to look small. Even 1,000 people in
No.
the fucking garden can look small. You know what I mean? You want a bigger venue without it being too fucking big.
The combined following of Bentwater, Channel Marker, Rockport, and Jamie's, those are heavy hitters. Nick's Place has a huge network. Nick's on Essex is new, so they have a small following, but still they're a popular beef place.
Right.
My stuff, and it's you're getting people.
You're getting people, and you got people.
We got them. I couldn't even fucking breathe. We ran out of everything. I sold out of everything that wasn't a child size or a fucking whale size.
Right.
If you wanted a large, fuck off after 7 o'clock. Sorry.
Well, that was the funny thing. We showed up 10 minutes after it started, and you were at least 2 hours behind already.
Yo, it was over. I wasn't ready for what the hell happened. No. Who was ready for that?
Nobody could. Because again, it's one of those things. You got the. There's always that feeling like, I hope it works. I hope it goes fucking well. But there's that off chance that nobody's gonna fucking show up, and that could suck. Opposite.
I never thought that.
There's always that thought.
Mike. I've never.
You with all the fucking anxiety, because you weren't doing this one though. You weren't organizing this one.
I knew.
Okay.
I knew. You know why? I posted about it a month ago, and that post got 1,500 likes. They're coming.
Okay. Fair enough.
So every about 14 seconds, someone brought me a beer.
Right.
And I couldn't keep up. Mo was bringing beer. McGrath was bringing beer. Big Jim from Big Jim's Roast Beef out in San Diego.
He was there.
Yes, he was all over the place.
Awesome.
And it was funny to watch him react to the people who were doing what he does every day of his life, because that's his thing. Mm-hmm. A tent, a slicer, and a fucking flat iron, a flat top, and I'm making beef.
He was basically showing him how to do it.
Someone had to. They fucking know how to do it. But then this prick brings me over a can. He challenged me to a shotgun, and I'm a shotgun on video guy.
As well.
Yes,
I'll send it to you because I haven't posted this one either, because I have the aftermath as well.
Oh, that's the thing. The aftermath is the key because
I've seen a lot of videos from different angles of what you're about to describe, but a lot of them cut quick.
So I am a shotgun guy. I shotgun fast. I'm not a record holder, but again, I'm a chugger. I'm a shotgun. I can put beers down my neck quickly. Yep. This man shotgunned a 16-ounce beer in like a second and a half.
Yeah, he was done before you started.
And then we saw the evidence that he wasn't finished.
His can
nearly was finished. His can had a lot of liquid in it.
His can was leaking on the ground.
His can was a cream pie vagina dripping everywhere.
He sold it with confidence. He fucking convinced me until you pointed it out. He convinced you. You fucking
yes, I thought I shook his hand.
You finished. You shook his hand. You fucking turned, and it was. I'm sitting there. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched the video back, but I'm sure I was talking massive shit to you. And then all of a sudden, you started pointing out, look at all the fucking beer on the ground.
He's commenting that spillage happened pre-chug. No, 2 drops. There was a fucking puddle on the ground.
The thing, whether it did or it didn't, if you spill half your beer before the chug, it doesn't fucking count.
Facts. So I don't know if I'm not saying I won that. He may have still won.
He might have.
But it wasn't the bloodbath it was on the fucking film.
He bodied you in the videos. It looks like he fucking destroyed you.
Yeah, but also I've been going. Sure. Remember at one point someone walked up, Justin, JC Mario, Justin Mario.
Yeah,
the guy hung with us afterwards. Yeah. He showed up with just handed me a beer, and at that point I was the R word.
Yeah.
I just got down my throat and walked away. So with chugging beers, I'm like, I don't know. He gave me a beer. I made it go away.
I love it. I
don't know how to behave at this point.
It was just that feeling of I don't know what to do right now. I just gotta keep going.
I was up against it. I hadn't eaten.
No.
I didn't eat that day either.
No, I definitely didn't eat that day either until we got to Lazy Dog. Because the lines were so goddamn long. And the last thing, again, I don't want to be that fucking guy. Like, I know I could have gone up to Jeff or, and been like,
go see Lindsay.
Or Lindsay and been like, you know, but like I did go up, I said hi. And I saw just how fucking especially Jamie's.
Yeah,
Jamie's line was the largest all fucking day, and it didn't stop. And when I fucking pulled my thing around the corner because I wanted to wish her a happy birthday, and she was fucking slammed because again, part of my thing was maybe I'll ask for beef if there's nothing going on, but there was definitely something going on.
If it's quiet, maybe a bang. Oh,
and holy shit! Like they couldn't breathe, and I'm not gonna be the guy like, oh, can you just slide one out the side for me? No, fuck that shit.
Slide your beef out the
Slide
side.
that
Hey.
beef out, just pull it to the side a little bit, and I'll slide myself in. But like it didn't even. I was like, no, keep fucking rolling. You guys are making money to do that fucking shit. But
That was a crazy
insane
situation. That many people.
insane, but awesome. It was insane
Yeah.
in the best fucking way possible. And even the fact that we didn't get to do the chug contest that we had planned, there's no way we could have.
No.
There's no way, because
It was
first of
too
all,
crazy.
like we talked about a couple weeks ago where I brought up, oh, there's a band, there's got to be a fucking stage. No, there wasn't. They were standing ground level. There was more children at my knees than I had any comfort with. That's my anxiety. There was a lot of children and dogs, and as a tall person,
A lot of dogs.
I'm terrified of kneeing a kid in the face and stepping on a dog, because they're all just fucking little. But yeah, the band, the music was good. Everything was fucking awesome.
That was a good day. I wish I could have enjoyed it more, but I was so busy not making money IRS. I wasn't making money. Although I did have to learn how to use my square little card swiper. Never touched it before until that day.
As soon as we showed up, like the first couple people had credit cards, you're like, can you just Venmo?
Well, I've never used. I've had it for over a year.
Right.
It came with my Square account, which I take credit cards online. I've never used it.
Right.
So I plugged her in and I typed a number in, like an amount, $20, and swiped it. And I went,
But then they had to confirm with an email and all that stuff.
no. Once we got it going, Mike, it was fucking
again,
on.
I only saw the first couple.
No, it was on like fucking. You wouldn't believe. I was just swiping like crazy.
Right.
The mad swiper.
The mad swiper.
And I ran out of everything, which was great. But then I liked at the end when it quieted down, and people were just lurking and just chatting and talking, and there was less people around.
Yeah.
Just for a minute.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Lazy Dog, Mike, didn't we?
Funnily enough, I heard someone say it, and now I'm a huge fan of the fucking Lazy Dog, but it didn't originate from me. I heard someone.
No, me.
I heard some. What was it?
Me.
Oh, it was you. Okay, so I heard somebody say, it must have been you, going to Lazy Dog. I'm like, and that was just it. I'm like, fucking, we're going to the Lazy Dog.
Yeah, let's go to Lazy Dog.
The fucking Lazy Dog.
I can only name one place in Lynn. The Lazy Dog's the answer.
Yeah.
And we took some other people, like McGrath came with us. Yeah. My wife, you, the couple Kelly and Justin.
Yep.
The Marios, and it was a blast. And then the funny thing with the Lazy Dog, besides the chant, which we'll get to in a second, was some guy walked up to me and goes, "You look like somebody." I go, "Okay." He goes, "You look like that beef guy." I go, "Yeah, no, I get that all the time." No, I look like who I am. I look like this fucking deformed creature. And he goes, "Are you him?" I go, "Yeah, no, maybe, I don't know." "No, you can't be him." I said, "Well, why can't I be him?" "Why would you be here?" I said, "Why wouldn't I be here? It's a fucking bar, and I drink, and I'm just some fucking guy who likes roast beef sandwiches. I'm not Tom Brady. Why wouldn't I be here?" He goes, "Yeah, you're not him." I'm like, "Okay, buddy, I am him." He couldn't grasp the concept that I was there. I kept going, "I'm the fucking guy you think I am."
McGrath's taking credit for the Lazy Dog idea. He's also saying, you said if your wife goes, you'll go.
I mean, McGrath was way more sober than I was. He drove me to fucking Cabaret, so I'm sure he's right.
I was curious how you got there. I know I was adopted by Mario's.
I saw a curly haired fella driving away. I said, "Hold on, big guy, I'm coming with you."
Hold on, brother.
So we're at the Lazy Dog, and I am pickled, and my wife again is pretty fed up with my antics and the whole beef group.
It was literally the one time Chris Pike wasn't fucking working the grill, so I had to text him. He's homesick. He's like, "I didn't even know you were in town." He wished you a happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
And I'm like, what's gluten free here? And I don't remember what was said. I just remember showing your wife my phone, because whenever he texted back, I'm like, just order that. I don't know what it is.
I think she ordered. I don't know what she ordered. She ordered anger.
Yeah, I had a plate of fucking chicken wings and a bunch of beers, and then we just started yelling.
Well, you know what happens is my wife. This happens to her a lot. When I'm really, really drunk, she becomes really sober. Mm-hmm. It's a weird weird no choice game. Like, she just gets sober and she's out of here, which is probably a mistake. She left.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't like on Friday when I was going to behave. I'd already behaved.
Truck home.
I'd already behaved.
Yeah.
I'm not back to back behaving. It's on. We're going. Yeah. So we're at the Lazy Dog, and I mean, people are drinking Jameson shots and McGillicuddy's, and I maybe partook in a McGillicuddy's. No Jameson for me. Maybe a sip.
Shots. Yeah.
Maybe a sip. And I start looking across the bar. It's a narrow bar, so the people across the bar are right there.
Oh yeah.
And I start telling these people, like, we're going to the cabaret. And I look at the guy who didn't believe who I was. Like, we're to the cabaret. And all of a sudden, we abducted the entire bar.
I feel like I have to apologize to the Lazy Dog. We took the bar.
We were chanting like in Bad News Bears, what is it, 2? Let them play.
Let them play.
We were singing cabaret and slamming our hands on the bar. Like in Major League when at the end of the game they're fucking chanting because Jake Taylor was about to steal home or bunt. We had the Lazy Dog fist pounding the bar cabaret, which is, it was fun.
It's fun.
And they came.
That was the funniest part. They fucking showed up.
They showed up and they were there, and I was having a blast. But here's where things went wrong, Mike.
Unlike the first night where it was early and Andy was pounding Red Bulls and we were all much more sober than.
No, here's the thing. I had eaten some things that day, some barbecue I went to a cookout early in the day before the whole day. American barbecue had pulled pork. I had some beer, lots of beer, more beer than I should have. Chugged beers, a lot of fluid going in, a lot of air going in. Then I had a beef. Then I had some wings. Then I had some Cabaret Bud Light. This added up to a cocktail in my stomach. It didn't want to come out as a solid. It wanted to come out as a gas. And the day before was still being saved up. Lots of things had happened to my body. I was a mess. And it came out as flatulence as a fart. I can't help it. I can't help who I am. I had very little sphincter control. And I was skunking the room, as I call it skunking. It's when you fart and it smells bad and you walk away. And I was doing that to a lot of people, and I didn't realize.
Also moving about the room, so it's also kind of
spreading. Yeah, it was spreading. Yeah. And at one point, I walked by a group of women.
So that was the interesting part. There was a lot of women there, more than the ones that we brought from the bar.
We brought a lot of people. I'm not saying when we brought a lot of people.
I mean, I remember the women.
There was men too. There was men too. Yeah, no, that's my thing. I'm married. I'm not trying to bang anybody. So there were men too.
Right.
We brought a lot of people
yes, he
from
was
the
crop
bar.
dusting the cab.
I crop dusted the cab, which I've done to many places in my life. It happens, and I don't know what happened. Here's where things went really, really wrong for me at the cabaret.
Yeah.
Besides everything else before this, I was really drunk.
Yes.
To a point where, and I get offended by, I'm sensitive to one action when I'm drunk. Mm-hmm. It's a disrespectful action. I don't like it, and it bothers me. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I might have farted on someone. I might have stunk the place up. I don't know. I might have said something inappropriate. I don't think I did. Again, I don't remember. Uh-huh. But I remember being very upset with the reaction of this person.
Okay.
A woman, not a worker, not a stripper, a customer.
And not one of the ones that came with us.
No, just a random person whose eyes weren't opening well. I'll put that to you. She was a little fucked up.
She was a little sleepy.
A little nappy. Her friends were fine. Mm-hmm. This one...
But she might have chipped a bit.
Hauled off and whacked me. An open hand slap across my face. Not a cute one, not a playful one, not flirting. She hit me. She assaulted me.
I am offended by whatever you just did.
She struck me.
Oh,
she struck me.
Brother.
If I had done that, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't retaliate. Of course not. I'm not a retaliator. I didn't understand why. Mm-hmm. And I was despondent. Mm-hmm. I was hurt. And again, if you slap me, I don't like it. I've had trouble in my life with being slapped. My buddy slapped me when we were kids in our 20s by accident. Like he was kidding around, hit me too hard. I wanted to fight one of my best friends who I would have lost the fight. But again, don't slap me.
Sure.
I don't like an open hand slap. I think it's actually the ultimate sign of disrespect besides being spit on. And you can make an argument because an open hand slap,
it's more.
An open hand slap leaves a mark. Mm-hmm. Being spit on leaves, you wipe it off, life goes on. Right. But you could have a handprint across your face, which I may have.
I mean, it's one of those things. Back in the day, you fucking slap somebody. There's a gunfight later. It's a duel.
Exactly. So here I am, trying to understand from these three ladies why I was struck.
Okay.
And they wouldn't respond. And I don't know what I was saying. I was trying to make sense of it. But again,
I'm sure there was some words and things said.
I am on beer number 73 for the day, and I should not be talking to people. Should not be in public.
You should have been on the fucking the back picnic tables with me and McGrath.
I was there. I walked by, and who knows what I did? Who knows? But nothing like I remember most of the night. Nothing crazy.
No,
I just know I was not
I mean,
welcome
it
at the.
was us at the cab. It was we're not assholes. Like
So
we said the night before, we had perfectly normal conversations with the ladies.
yes. So I wouldn't let it go.
Well, that
Why?
makes sense.
Why did you slap me? What did I do? Why? Why? So annoying.
Yeah.
And obviously, bouncers started a circle, and people got mad. And
You
Jeff Silverman's
making a lot of
Down
noise.
syndrome twin brother. I was causing trouble.
You were making a lot of noise.
And one of the bouncers go, they don't want to talk to you. I said, well, if they just tell me why one of them slapped me, why'd you hit me?
Right.
What did I do?
Right.
And I was like, at this point, I was upset.
Right.
Not mad, upset. I didn't understand.
It's one of those moments where you're definitely not sober, let alone sobering up, but
No.
you're so mad that you're speaking like, I don't know, a cunt hair is more clear than you were a second ago.
Yes.
It's again not sober.
I didn't get it. No, I didn't get it.
Still very drunk and babbling, but at least your babbling is directed in a fucking purpose.
So I looked at the cavalry coming. The manager, the bouncers were circling me. I was about to be brought out back or brought out front. Either way, not by choice of the cabaret. Back would have been worse than front. Front, you go home. Back, you go home somewhere else to a hospital.
I would say you would have gone out front.
I think so too, and I probably,
especially
if I went out back.
Here's the thing: if you had retaliated, you're going out back instantly.
I wasn't trying to hit anybody. I wasn't trying to fight. I just want to know why.
That's just it. You're also you're 6'3", imposing stature, and drunk. So it's one of those situations where they have to react.
Yes.
No matter who's right or wrong in the situation, there's a they have to react type of thing because just of the size and the situation.
I think I said, all right, I'm cool.
Which always works.
Yep. And they gave me some space. They gave me some space.
We're cool, right?
I think I walked over. I definitely skunked them a second time, or a first time. So I remember walking toward your direction. That was not the right answer for the. I was trying to get a drink too. I was also shut off. I was shut off before this, and I kept trying to get a drink.
Yep.
And I remember walking back from you guys to the bar after this had happened, before I was getting thrown out, and I shit my pants right next to him. Not literally. I unleashed every bit I had. And I stood there.
Unleash the fury, Mitch.
I lingered a bit so they would take it. And it was so I mean, I don't God. It's funny. Sometimes I don't have thoughts.
Agent Orange on him.
Oh, I ruined the night. And then I walked to the bar, asked for a drink. She laughed at me. And that's when I think things started to go real wrong. And I looked at the bar to the far left, and I saw a beacon of hope. Uh-huh. Harambe was there. Yes. He was there the whole time, but I go, Mike, I think I have to go.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and goes, yeah. Yeah, you have to go. You have no choice. I go, they haven't told me yet. He goes, they're going to tell you. I'm like, all right, I'll get an Uber.
Yeah.
Mike wasn't drunk. Mike operates a different schedule than the rest of us. I was drunk at 9. Mike was waking up at 9.
He also didn't go to the fucking the beer fest.
No, he was fine. His night was ahead of him.
He was just like, we texted him on the way there, and he literally started his night at the cabaret.
Exactly. So he was all right. So I texted Uber. He goes, no, you're taking a ride with me.
Yeah.
So Mike drives me home. I get charged for a fucking Uber because I didn't know how to cancel it. Again, I got thrown out of the cabaret. If you get tossed from the cab, you can't cancel an Uber.
You're not in the canceling mode yet. No, at all.
So Mike got me home safely. I think we cried in the driveway a bit. Had an emotional moment. It was fun. Real. Me and Mike, we get along.
Man's
my little
man
boy
type shit.
And I was hungry, obviously.
Yep.
I was shithoused, and I wanted food.
Yep.
So I DoorDashed Wendy's because that's all that was open. It was 1:30 a.m. Yep. McDonald's was closed around me, and when I woke up around 6 a.m., that DoorDash was sitting there,
Jesus
cold,
Christ. On the front steps.
On the front steps, between the door. They put it between my doors, which is nice. They never do that.
Nobody saw it, right?
No.
You disposed of the evidence.
No, but even if they did, it was fine. That was an okay one. You knew where I was, what I was up to,
and it was,
who I was.
It was Wendy's. It's not embarrassing like McDonald's.
Yeah, Wendy's is actually quality
Wendy's is
food.
actually food.
Next morning was interesting. We had a whole whole day.
Well, it was.
Thank God it was my birthday.
It was interesting because there was a point. I don't remember a lot of the cabaret. Definitely none of that. I remember at a certain point because those. I'm just going to call them picnic tables, but they're not picnic tables. Wherever the fuck we were sitting in the back of the club,
They're
are they
picnic
picnic
tables.
tables?
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah, they have a bench of slides, but
here's the fucking thing. The where you're sitting doesn't move. It's attached to the table.
Yeah.
So large man, very drunk. There's a lot of leg to fucking get in and out of. There was a point I remember almost fucking falling, which would have been a big fucking timber.
Timber.
I'm almost positive that I composed myself without anyone but maybe McGrath noticing, and he might have just been as drunk, so who the fuck knows? And I think I just kind of sat there the rest of the night because I didn't want to move, and then realized after a long while that I hadn't seen you in a minute, and I texted you. I'm like, did you run off with Mike? And then it was kind of around that point that they must have been closing because we were all just like, all right, we're going.
Lights are coming on.
Lights are coming on. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And Kowloon is
That's
closed.
kind of about our double cabaret night. We almost have no stripper stories.
Well, no. I mean,
there are stripper stories, but they're not worth telling at this point.
No,
there's nothing.
It's like at this point in life, lap dances aren't why you go to a strip club. Let's be fucking honest.
No, someone bought me one. It was the saddest thing of all time.
Wild misconception that we're going there for
awful.
Fucking lap dances. It's silly. It's silly. One of the funnest things is reaching in my wallet, finding all the fucking ones, and then just fucking dumping them on somebody.
Yes.
And it has nothing to do with her performance or how she looks. It's just I want to be a cock for a second. Here's a bunch of ones. Take them.
The cabaret is Disneyland for adults, and if you don't understand the cabaret, you shouldn't go.
Exactly.
It's so simple. We've been over there 1,000 times. They aren't going to sponsor the smelly guy, but
no, definitely not going to.
If I wait a few months, they might forget.
McGrath is reminding me of the woo-woo shots we had at the cab.
Oh, I didn't have those.
I'm pretty sure I did. I remember the name.
Probably did too.
I do remember the name is.
Do you know why they're called
woo-woo? Is in
woo-woo?
the subconscious. I'm not 100% of the actual shot itself.
I'm going to give you some real world talk. Real world talk right now.
Real talk.
Woo-woo. Woo-woo is an acronym. I love acronyms.
They're the Worcester shots.
It's a Sex on the Beach, which is vodka, peach schnapps, triple sec and cranberry juice.
Jesus, how did I vomit?
No. I'm wrong.
He's saying the girls bought them. What girls? Which girls? Because there was many girls. Some of them Andy was farting on. Some of them we brought from the Lazy Dog. Some of them were employees of the club. So
no,
but
it's basically a Sex on the Beach without orange juice.
Oh, okay. Gross.
Without orange. Woo.
Gross.
Woo.
Oh, I get it. It's gross.
No, it's delicious. It's vodka, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
That doesn't sound good.
And then you add some orange juice to make Sex on the Beach.
The Lazy Dog girls. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I just I'm floored that I didn't vomit that night. And I
didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't.
I just went to bed.
I'm just floored on that one.
No puke, just really aggressive flatulence.
And just
causing lots of trouble.
And the bitch of it was no interest the next day. Because I was still up on Sunday, and I got up around 1 p.m, and there was a moment where I'm like, I'm here. Let me text him, see if he wants to go watch a game or go to Jamie's or something like that. And because Jamie's was the only sponsor besides Ben Franklin that we didn't get together with, but they were there all weekend. But
Joe's the only one
I just didn't go to Jamie's, which I wanted to do. I couldn't even text you. I couldn't. I was just like, I'm just going. I'm going to my brother's. I'm going to watch football there with the kids.
I was not receptive to a text. I tried to go out to dinner, and I was pouring Bud Light in my neck. It would taste like glass, and I'm sick now. I'm dying slowly. I can't even imagine hanging out that day. I sat on the couch and watched the Patriots like a fucking lump of shit that whole day.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I when I got the text at around 5-6 o'clock at night that you were in the middle of, I believe you said from dusk till dawn. I'm like,
dusk till dawn at Stillman Street.
Damn it! I should have texted him and just manned up.
No, the energy was bad. There was things going wrong. The music was starting. Selma Hayek was warming up in the background. I had to go,
Not
and I did. I
not a,
went home.
not
I
a
went, I
good
went
not
home.
a good date night.
Wasn't a good birthday dinner. We'll call it. I ended up getting blue karma delivered. That's some sushi.
Oh, okay.
I think Mike, we've run too long. I have to go upstairs. I have a heart out.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a brief cunt of the week. It's a brief one.
Do you want to do? You want to do word of the week this week, or are we?
I'll do word of the week. I'll do word of the week first.
Let's do word of the week first, and then we'll do
It,
cunt of
it,
the week because I got cunt of the week, and
it requires no explanation. It's very quick. I'm going to do a new word of the week you didn't know about.
all right,
Regret.
not regrets.
Regret.
Okay, regret.
Lots of regret. A lot of mistakes were made.
Were they though?
Yeah, no, I had so much fun, but
do you have regret on the weekend?
I look back at some of the things going, fuck, I should not have farted on that person. I should not have ruined that person's life. I should not have done these things.
You shouldn't have farted on the person. But here's how I always justify it, and this is probably why most wives don't like me when I hang out with their husbands. I always feel that they must have done something to deserve it.
Nope.
She must have said something.
Well, the slap was undeserved. The fart was response to that. I don't know.
She
but again,
had to have said
looking back,
because it doesn't feel like you would just be walking around being like, I'm just going to fart on a stranger.
you never know, Mike. I'm an idiot.
You never know. You never know. So regret is word of the week.
I regret farting on the cabaret. I would like to apologize to the cabaret for farting on you.
A fucking weekend like we had, if that's the only thing that comes out of it as regret, I think that's a success.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't break any laws. I
Weekend.
didn't commit any adultery. I just had fun, but I regret farting on people.
We didn't lose
Here's
a
my
golf cart. Cut of the week.
8:30.
I try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me. But it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. But if that's stinking cunt, say it ain't true, but it tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to toes you're a big fat stinking cunt.
8:37 on Friday, 23 minutes before the shotgun start begins, I got an email from a person who paid for the tournament.
The golf tournament.
The golf tournament. They paid $700 to participate, and they said I changed the date, and they want their money back.
All right.
On July 19th, I announced the date, never changed it. October 7th. It was always October 7th. 4 days before October 7th, you asked the date. I said October 7th.
Right.
8:37 on October 7th. You cannot back out. You cannot have your money back. Fuck off.
That's a cunt.
Fuck yourself. You're a cunt move. It's charity.
Here's the thing. That's someone waking up saying, I don't want to do this today.
Also, Chipotle can fuck off and die. And the guy who left a message at my work about my driving because you decided to try and cut me off and didn't win the battle, you can die too. Fuck off, cunts.
We're not doing
Cunt. We're doing cunts. I'm sorry, Gerald. You look like you were fucking Screwface from fucking Marked for Death. But in reality, based on your voice,
reference, by the way,
you wanted to get your face screwed by a large cock.
I thought you auto-corrected Scarface until you sent the GIF. I'm like, that is fucking an amazing reference.
Screwface. I love that movie.
All right.
Anything's a gal.
My cunt of the week.
Quick, hey.
My cunt of the week is people that don't know how to airport or airplane. Plain and simple. This isn't hard. This isn't fucking hard. And now that I'm actually flying a lot more now on a regular basis than I ever have in my life, it's not hard. Okay. Your seats are pre-chosen, right? It's not first come, first serve. So here's the first thing. I'm gonna go through the steps. If it's your first time, you get a pass, but there's not enough retards in this fucking world that have only been to the airport once in their life to fucking facilitate all the fucking bullshit that goes on. There was a guy in the fucking the security line where you take off your belt, you take off your shoes, and they're literally saying empty your pockets. I put a fucking book in the goddamn thing because fuck that shit. He said empty his pockets, and I don't feel like carrying it, and I don't feel like getting through the goddamn. It's not even a metal detector anymore. It's whatever the fuck that X-ray thing is, and having them be like, "Well, you didn't take that out of your pocket. Go back." No, this guy.
That's my huge cock.
This guy took his shoes off, walked through wearing a belt, fucking 18 chains, sunglasses, a hat, bracelets, and fucking fingerless gloves. It looked like fucking Dice's moron cousin walking through the goddamn thing.
Oh!
And then he gets through it, and the guy looks at him up and down. He goes, take all that shit off and go and do it again. And the rest of us have to wait now 10 minutes for this guy to fucking disrobe. Okay, that's one. Then you get to the fucking terminal, right? And they say, now boarding Group A. And every motherfucker with a ticket on the plane stands up as if there's fucking a first come, first serve type thing on seats. No, our seats are picked. We pick our seats ahead of time. And you see on the ticket what group you're in. I was in Group D coming home. I got there 10 minutes before the fucking gate opened up. Sat my ass down, kicked my fucking feet up, and waited till they said Group D and walked on the goddamn plane like a fucking human being. And because it's like, it's a weird... Everyone, when it surrounds like the airport or airplanes, has this weird bout of like sheer panic in their eyes that they're not going to get on.
This guy.
You don't believe that you're going to get on the plane.
I have so much airport anxiety, it's ridiculous.
I have none. I have zero. And so okay, so you're on the plane. I'm a 6'3", 200 pounds. And we're all in a sense of moderate discomfort on a fucking airplane, okay?
Yes.
Sit the fuck still, and that's it, and fly. They're twitching, they're moving, they're stretching, they're fucking scratching their goddamn feet. I got some 300-pound asshole that's rocking back and forth in a seat in fucking front of me.
Also me.
Can't stop. He gets up every fucking time. The guy behind me's jacking my fucking seat around. I'm just like, just sit still. Just fucking sit still, okay? We'll get there. You moving and doing all this weird shit, not gonna fucking help. Not gonna fucking help. Okay, and then we land. And the goddamn seatbelt sign, boom! And every motherfucker stands up.
The standers, yeah, they're the worst.
Everyone stands up. Hey, the door's not gonna open for 20 minutes.
That's the club I can't join. I can join a lot of clubs you're talking about. Not
down.
That club.
Again, the fucking fat bastard and his brother behind me fucking jacking the seats around to get their asses up and then stand there sweating.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though.
Hold on.
Okay.
Pick your bag up. You pick your bag up. Same goddamn thing. The fucking carousel starts and everyone rushes the goddamn thing. It's like, hey, you see this is a long fucking gravy train of bags. If you wait over here, your bag comes to you. There was a guy, literally, I got here at Fort Lauderdale. Guy fucking, he picked up every single bag. He stood right by the entrance of the bag carousel, picked up every bag and looked at it. Red bags, blue bags, pink bags, silver bags, black bags, ribbon bags, bags with tags, bags without tags. None of them looked alike. I'm like, motherfucker, how do you not know what your suitcase looks like?
You said silver bags?
Silver bags.
Oh, I think you meant Harambe. I'm sorry.
Harambe! But also, it's like, but he was also not placing them back correctly. So now he's creating a problem. All the bags are now backing up.
A cluster
fuck of bags because this goddamn moron didn't know which fucking. It's not fucking hard.
I'm going to explain to you, though, the one thing I get about this group.
It's not fucking hard. Good.
The one thing I get, I'm not a bag checker.
I wasn't until I got my fucking JetBlue card, and now it's included. And I love the fucking fact that I can walk through the airport with zero in my hands.
I want to get the fuck out of the airport as fast as possible.
Here's the thing. You can.
And I like to bring a small.
You can.
No, you have to wait for bags.
I gotta wait for a fucking Uber anyway. I schedule the Uber.
See, I have people.
Well, I got no people.
So, if you're getting on a plane and you are checking no bags, you're bringing a carry-on, which is also going above your head.
Sure.
There are people who bring their entire life on a plane.
Sure.
And they take up the entire overhead compartment, and I need to be there before them. So I will get on a plane early just to get my bag checked. Okay. I hate being on planes.
So here's the thing. When you say I will get on a plane early, that means you will book a seat in the first group, correct?
Oh, no, I'll never cut.
So, yeah, okay, no, I will. But you're still falling in line with what I'm saying.
I will lurk. If they call...
If you
They
take
call
the
Group
initiative
C.
if you take the initiative that like I need to be the first one on so that I can ensure that my bag is right over my fucking seat, and you buy a ticket specifically in one of the first groups, it's A, B, whatever the fuck, more room, more
Sure, yeah.
speed, whatever the fuck. Good for you. You've done your due diligence. It's the people who literally are in group fucking F.
No, Mike, I'm saying
And,
is
and
if
they
they
sit
call
there
Group
and it's like
C.
it happened when I was going up to Boston. The first announcement. All right, we're gonna start boarding Group A, and the guy beside me goes, "Did he say Group E?" I go, "Buddy, we're on the same flight," and that's the first thing he said. What do you think?
No, I'm saying, Mike, listen, if they call Group A and I'm Group B,
Okay.
I will let Group A get up.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yes.
I will watch them.
Yes.
And then I will get up.
And go to the
If
end
I'm
of that
Group
line.
B.
That's acceptable.
It's
But
sneaky.
there's also never a line. It's more of like in high school when two guys have a fight and the crowd forms around. It's like the line.
Did you ever show your ticket to somebody?
The line is the fight, and the rest just kind of crowd around.
No, you show your ticket like, oh, Group B. They go, oh, no, I haven't called that yet. I go, seriously? I thought you did. And then they go, Group B. I said, oh, here we are.
That's fine. But I watched a guy yesterday do it from Group D in Group A, and they sent his fucking ass right back to his seat.
Well, he's a cunt.
He's a cunt, and that's what I'm talking about. And he literally pulled the same fucking thing you did. He's like, "Oh, really? I thought you did." And I'm sitting there going, like, A is the first. You know you're in Group D.
Listen, you don't.
It's not like you're doing it on Group C.
You don't want to travel with me or fly with me. I have a nickname. Vacation Andy is not loved in my house.
Really?
My daughter calls me Vacation Andy.
Really?
I'm a fucking disaster.
See,
check your pockets. Check your pockets. Boarding pass, license, passport. Do you have it?
Oh my
Do you
God.
have it?
Like,
do you have it?
And
Do you have it?
Here's a weird thing. Honestly, I've only become this very relaxed, casual. I think it's the ability to check the free bag, because it's just like I walking through with nothing. I don't have to carry a thing. I don't have a personal belonging. I don't have a fucking carry-on bag. No, fuck all that. Put it all in a suitcase. Give it to them. Get there.
If I flew alone, I'd be okay. But one time going to Key West, my wife forgot her license. Yeah. And ever since then, I've been a disaster. She forgot her license.
Yeah, it's not good.
How do you forget your license?
It's not good.
I don't know how she got in that plane.
It's not good.
I'm afraid to ask how she got in that plane. She made the trip.
It's not good.
We didn't drive back for the license. She somehow got through. Me, I'm in jail.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
She's
you're not in jail. You're just not getting on the plane.
Well, I'm going to yell a lot. And I'm going to jail.
Sure.
There's a chain reaction.
You'll cause an international incident. Gotcha.
I'm going to piss my
All
pants.
right, we're good. All right, so thank you to our sponsors, Patty Kelly's, 154 Washington Street in Peabody, at Patty Kelly's on Instagram, open daily till 1 o'clock in the morning. Gary Girolamo Group of Cross Country Mortgage at Buy and Refi on Instagram, crosscountrymortgage.com. Channel Marker Brewing Kid, 95 Rantoul Street in Beverly, at Channel Marker Brewing on Instagram, and check their taproom hours on channelmarkerbrewing.com. Ben Franklin Print Company, 177 North Main Street in Middleton, at Ben Franklin _Print Co on Instagram, benfranklinprintco.com is the website. Mention F Buddies, get 10% off your next order. And Jamie's Roast Beef in Peabody, 44 Margin Street in Peabody. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 to 9 at Jamie's Roast Beef on Instagram. Jamie'sRoastBeef.com is the website. Have you been mimicking me the entire sponsor read? You unplugged your microphone. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this extended fucking shenanigans episode. And see you next Tuesday, cunts.